ṣe máa ń create power nìyẹn wọ́n create a very strong power ní state kan wọ́n á gbé agbára lé wọn lọ́wọ́ èèyàn máa wò wọ́n bẹ́ẹ̀ ni pé wọ́n mọ̀ ọ́n ṣe ni pé power ló wà lọ́wọ́ wọn whereas wọ́n lò wọ́n against àwọn èèyàn wọn láti fún àwọn yìí wọ̀nyí náà ń lò gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹni tó ń tẹ irú fún wọn. ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yorùbá tí a bá kóra wa jọ ká ja ìjà yìí pé a fẹ́ gba òmìnira ó ní kálukú ká parapọ̀ nínú ìṣọ̀kan nínú ẹ̀mí kan tá a bá fi máa rí ọdún mẹ́rin ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ò ní sí mọ́. kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ sí i wọ́n lé àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá jáde kúrò ń lù ú wọ́n fi àwọn tí wọ́n rọ́pò wọ́n ń pa wá nínú ilé reducing our population drastically within and pushing us out of the Yorùbá land. ìwọ tó bá mọ̀ ẹ̀kọ́ tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá nìyẹn lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ láti ìgbà tí Buhari tó wà ní ìjọba wọ́n ti wá síta tó pé ó ti wà nínú plan wọn wípé from desert to the ocean àwọn ni wọ́n ní Nàìjíríà òun lẹ́sẹ̀ máa ń bọ́ tó máa ń sọ pé àwọn ni born to rule. ọmọ Yorùbá ẹ jẹ́ ká gba Yorùbá kúrò ní ìgbèkùn tí a bá gbìyànjú láti gba Yorùbá kúrò ní ìgbèkùn tá a bá fi máa rí ọdún mẹ́rin ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ò ní sí mọ́ o nítorí plan àwọn ará abílẹ̀ yẹn. now mo ṣàlàyé ọ̀rọ̀ kan wípé 2014 láti gbọ́ wípé àwọn náà tó ń lọ ní 2017 ní embassy tí mo sọ. ẹ bá rántí ní 2017 the Kaduna Declaration of the 6th of June 2017 tí wọ́n ní kí àwọn Ìgbò kúrò ní north tó fún ọ ní oṣù mẹ́ta. now that was the manifestation of what I was going to do in 2014. ṣùgbọ́n nígbà tó rí pé jọ́tà ń péjọba lẹ̀ mẹ́yìn àgbọ̀dá kọ̀ sílẹ̀ Yorùbá láti kọ́ àwọn Fúlàní láti wá dá ogún ṣàbọ̀dún méjì káwọn á máa lọ torí wọ́n ti rẹ́dí àti lọ gbogbo nǹkan táwọn tó bẹ́ẹ̀ ti ṣe lọ́lọ́sìn wọ́n ń pọ̀pọ̀ àpò resources láti kó ni nígbà tó ti rí pé Olúwa fi ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ṣe ilẹ̀ ọlọ́ràá tó jẹ́ pé kò sí rẹ̀ ní gbogbo àgbáyé. mo ṣe bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ yìí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ìgbésẹ̀ ló ń lọ tí Buhari ti kó ilẹ̀ Yorùbá lé àwọn Gẹ̀ẹ́sì lọ́wọ́. There is one project going underground now 4,000 kilometers of underlying pipe tí wọ́n rí láti Ondo State tó lọ sẹ́ tó fẹ́ supply gbogbo Europe ní gas. ìjọ discuss ẹ̀ ní house bí 30 billion cubic meters of gas every year. That single project to make Nigeria a world power. Níbo ni gáàsì yìí ti ń lọ sí Europe láti ilẹ̀ Yorùbá àti South. Gbogbo nǹkan yìí a project of such magnitude àgbọ̀kan discuss ẹ̀ ní house torí pé gbogbo house members pátápátá ẹrú ni wọ́n ń tà wá sí òun lè ṣe tán kó millions ní wọn lọ́wọ́ ní oṣooṣù àwọn owó tí ò bí ìtàn kó ní wọn lọ́wọ́ wọ́n wá sọ pé ẹ̀yìn àwa tá a jẹ́ ìyẹn ni pé àwa fúnra wa wọ́n ti sentence wa into mass murder. So wọ́n ti talẹ̀ wa wọ́n ti tà wá so that gbogbo nǹkan kan lè ṣe ni pé wọ́n ṣe máa wá spray wa ní ìsítà tí wọ́n máa kú ethnic cleansing yẹn ni wọ́n carry out ní gbogbo àsìkò tí Buhari wà ní ìjọba tán kó àwọn ajagunta wọn wọlé ṣùgbọ́n nígbà tó lọ́wọ́ máa gbàdúrà ọmọ Yorùbá tó lọ́wọ́ máa fi wá tó máa mú aborí ogun kí Ọlọ́run ṣe gbogbo ìgbésẹ̀ àwọn EndSARS tí wọ́n rí population Yorùbá bó ṣe dìde àtàwọn àwọn supporters Yorùbá àwọn Ìgbò tá a dìde pé EndSARS tán rí bẹ́ẹ̀ ló ṣe pọ̀ lọ́kọ́ fún wọn ní ìsanrí pé wọ́n bá ní kó bẹ̀rẹ̀ pínpín yìí níbo náà ti fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ kó tó fẹ́ parí ẹ̀ sí ìyẹn lọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Now nígbà tí wọ́n tún wá máa rí ìbẹ̀rù ìjẹ́yàwó ayọ̀ jáde ó wá lead the major rallies ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Olóyè Ìgbòho ó wá ṣe ọmọ akin ó wá fi hàn wípé kì í ṣojo o nígbà táwọn náà rí the teeny crowd wọ́n á wọ níwọ̀ wípé wọ́n bá ní kó bẹ̀rẹ̀ ethnic cleansing inú ìwọ́n náà fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ ṣé lè parí ẹ̀ṣà wọ́n máa wọ́n rọ̀ọ̀nù wọn ni òun lè ṣe ní kán fi ọgbọ́n tó fi kó gbogbo àwọn nǹkan olóró tó kó sínú igbó wa àwọn míì wà tó yẹ kó wọ́n rí wọn lẹ̀ síbẹ̀ ò tán ni pé anytime tí wàhálà máa ṣẹlẹ̀ wọ́n máa fẹ́ fi bá wa jà o bẹ́ẹ̀ gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n wá kó wọlé wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí wọ́n dá pọ̀lọpọ̀ padà láàrin wọn sí wọ́n realize pé táwọn bá ní káwọn carry out ethnic cleansing yìí ó dàbí ẹni pé àwọn ló máa lose. tábà wá wo oníwò wípé àwọn Fúlàní wọ́n bá wa jà ara wa là ń ṣe àwọn tó ní Boko Haram yìí àwọn Fúlàní kọ́ but they are in partnership pẹ̀lú ọ̀pọ̀ tó ràn wọ́n níṣẹ́ nítorí àwọn tó ràn wọ́n níṣẹ́ yìí àwọn gangan nígbà tí Boko Haram bẹ̀rẹ̀ iṣẹ́ ní 2010 gbogbo yín tẹ́ bá rántí ẹ rí i pé Eagle Square Independence Day 2010 wọ́n lọ bọ́ǹbẹ̀ wọ́n jẹ́ kí wọ́n ṣe kí ni wọ́n jẹ́ kí kíní ẹ̀ kó hold nígbà tí wọ́n á fi pabambarì wọ́n tún lọ bọ́ǹbù United Nations headquarters kò sí organisation tí wọ́n lè ní ìgboyà láti gbé ọmọ ìgbésẹ̀ yẹn tí ò bá jẹ́ kó wọ́n ní backing àwọn alágbára wọ́n àsìkò tá à ń sọ̀rọ̀ yìí a kàn mọ̀ pé àwọn terrorists kan wọ́n terrorize ọ̀dà Nàìjíríà ńgbà yẹn ni àtàbújá àti a lot of places wọn àti fún ọ lórúkọ the first time tí a máa rí àmì pé àwọn kan wà tán jẹ́ Boko Haram pẹ̀lú gbogbo the magnitude of the violence àti gbogbo bloodshed yẹn àkọ́kọ́ tá a máa rí sign pé Boko Haram rèé mídíà kan ló gbé fọ́tò wọn jáde fídíò wọn tán wá ń lérí tán hang flag wọn tán bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí lérí. àwọn mídíà yìí wọ́n pọ̀ wọ́n ní AFP the French news agency. wọn ò torí pé wọ́n rí wọn o wọ́n fún àwọn ilé ìjọba ìdánwò ṣùgbọ́n ká lè sọ pé wọ́n ní exclusive wọ́n á sọ fún yín ẹ wá ronú níbo ni Boko Haram ti wá ta ni gbogbo àwọn tó ń gbé ìbọn tuntun tó ń gbé AK-47 níbo ló ti wá. So the device is to come and destabilize Nigeria so that looting don't take place lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ torí wọ́n loot Nigeria 24 hours ni. ẹ wo gbogbo area ẹ wo gbogbo Ọ̀ṣun state ẹ wo Ọ̀yọ́ state ẹ wo gbogbo àwọn ìgbọ̀ngàn tá à ń sọ̀rọ̀ yìí gbogbo àwọn ibi tí wọ́n lọ station àwọn ajagunta yẹn àwọn Boko Haram tán kó wá Boko Haram they are terror they are rented mercenaries ajagunta náà lọ ń kó wá láti Libya láti Niger Republic láti Mauritania gbogbo French countries àwọn olùdó wa nídìí ọ̀rọ̀ yìí àwọn francophone nations yẹn àwọn ni àwọn ọ̀gá wọn tó ń pè ní àwọn French kankan àwọn ni wọ́n mọ̀ tó ń lò wọ́n tó ń kó wọn wá tí a bá rò pé Fúlàní là ń bájà èèyàn wa ara wa là ń ṣe Fúlàní kọ́ là ń bájà ẹ jẹ́ ká gbára wa kúrò torí pé a lè win Nàìjíríà nígbà tó wá rí aláṣẹ pé tó bá ní kó bẹ̀rẹ̀ ethnic cleansing yìí kò máa lè pé wọn ó dàbẹ̀ nípa láti wá change sí plan B wípé ẹ jẹ́ ká fi gbìyànjú wọn síná ẹ jẹ́ ká kúkú gbìyànjú ká gbé agbára lé eléyìí tó ń sunkún agbára yìí ẹ jẹ́ ká gbélé lọ́wọ́ ká lè lò sí àwọn èèyàn nítorí pé ó desperate òun lè ṣe kí Tinubu tó dé ìjọba wọ́n ti mọ̀ọ́mọ̀ incapacitate ìjọba ẹ̀ gbogbo ṣé àtúmájókòó lé wọ́n ti yẹ lẹ́sẹ̀ tébù tó máa gbọ́ wọlé wọ́n ti yẹ tébù yẹn lẹ́sẹ̀ wọ́n dẹ́ mọ̀ọ́mọ̀ gbìyànjú láti rí wípé láàárín oṣù mẹ́ta tó bá déjọba ìjọba ò ní ṣeé ṣe fún so ṣùgbọ́n ohun tọ́wọ́ mi ò tó màá fi gọ̀ǹgọ̀ fà á tẹ́ bá rí tó máa ń fi àjẹ Tinubu lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ èmi ò rò pé ó ti sáàfù sympathy àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá torí pé ó tà wá fún wọn torí pé he was desperate for power ó dẹ̀ wá pé Nàìjíríà sí ní ìgbèkùn ó fẹ́ àláyìn àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá ó fẹ́ àláyìn wa ká lọ bá àwọn kan ṣe ó fi tàwọn ọba ṣe ó fi tálálẹ̀ ṣe pé over 350 million Yorùbás across the world tó bá position tí o fẹ́ hold as representing Yorùbás ní Nàìjíríà kò kí ń ṣe Yorùbá ilẹ̀ Yorùbá kò kí ń ṣe Yorùbá nǹkan ló fẹ́ represent you are representing anything that is Yorùbá is encapsulate the entire world gbogbo Yorùbá àgbáyé pátá ló represent o fẹ́ gbé ìgbésẹ̀ yìí pẹ̀lú àwọn kan o béèrè lọ́wọ́ àwọn alálẹ̀ pé ìgbésẹ̀ tá a fẹ́ gbé iṣẹ́ nǹkan tó máa pè ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ní nítorí pé owó ti dí ẹ lójú ó wá sọ̀rọ̀ ẹjọ́ Ọlọ́run sí gbogbo àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá lọ́rùn ọmọ Yorùbá tí ẹ bá gbára yín kò sẹ́ni tó máa gbà yín ẹ jẹ́ kí gbogbo àwọn àgbààgbà kan fi ọ̀tẹ̀ sílẹ̀ nítorí pé gbogbo wọn náà tí nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ń sìn wípé inú ewu láni Yorùbá wà ẹ̀yin àgbààgbà tí ẹ fọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ fún gbọ̀ngàn bàbá Akíntóyè tójú ti lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ nítorí pé àrùn pé ẹ ti ṣubú sẹ́yìn ẹ ti ṣiṣẹ́ sẹ́yìn ẹ fọwọ́ lu ju yín kẹ̀kẹ́ káńtì júnù kẹjẹ́ kí Yorùbá nítorí pé oníkálukú ìṣe wa ní ọjọ́ òní ìtàn ní tó bá di ọjọ́ ọ̀la. nígbà tí wọ́n fàdí Boko Haram láyé Buhari àwọn Yorùbá tó wọ́n parun sí ọwọ́ àwọn Boko Haram àwọn náà máa sẹ́ẹ̀tì wọn pé kán lọ ìfẹ́ ìdìbì kan àwọn ló máa ń fọ́ọ̀nù Boko Haram kó wá pàdé wọn lọ́nà ọmọ Yorùbá ló kú jù ní gbogbo Boko Haram fight yẹn àwọn ọmọ ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn míì ní family share ọ̀pọ̀ wà ní military wọ́n ti finish wọn wọ́n ti pa wọ́n àti àwọn top àti àwọn lower officers wọ́n pa wọ́n ṣeré ní àwọn Fúlàní military leaders láti láyé Buhari tí a bá gbára wa kò ní tó máa gbà wá gbogbo èèyàn nípa jẹ́ ń gbà lónìí nítorí àwa ọ̀dọ́ yìí ẹ̀yin ọ̀dọ́ ẹ̀yin ní ògo ọjọ́ ọ̀la ìyà tí àwa òbí tá a jẹ àfẹ́kẹ̀jẹ́ ìparun tó fẹ́ kó bá ilẹ̀ Yorùbá àfẹ́ kó ṣẹlẹ̀ nítorí pé tọ́lá parí ọdún mẹ́rin tí a bá gbára wa ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ò ní sí mọ́ a bá ṣe máa rí ọdún mẹ́rin tí a bá para wa kò ká gbára wa ẹ lọ kó sílẹ̀ tó àná àwọn táwọn táwọn sọ̀rọ̀ wọ̀nyí pé gbogbo ilẹ̀ gbọ́ngbàgbà tó ń rí àwọn kan mọ́lẹ̀ káàkiri torí pé inú gbogbo àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá inú kéèkì láwà wọn jẹ́ ká mọ̀ nǹkan tó lọ lágbàáyé wọ́n ń tàn wá ní ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ social media ló ń jẹ́ ká mọ̀ nǹkan díẹ̀ díẹ̀ àwọn mídíà wọn ò lè kárí nǹkan tó ní tán tó gbogbo nǹkan tó fún wọn lè sọ nǹkan tó lọ nítorí wọn fẹ́ kí ìjọba kó ti ilé iṣẹ́ wọn their activities ó jẹ́ pé wọ́n rí ìrànwọ́ mọ̀kan tó ń lọ bẹ̀rù wọn lè sọ ni wọ́n fi ọmọ Yorùbá sí inú òkùnkùn wọ́n gbé irọ́ lé wa lọ́wọ́ wọ́n wá ń ṣèjọba lórí irọ́ throughout the 8 years of Buhari's regime irọ́ propaganda àti irọ́ àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá agbódìbá ìlọ àwọn alákàwé tá a jáde jù kí ló dé tí a lè ronú ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yorùbá tẹ̀ ń karo káàkiri end with government ẹ sọ wípé end Nigeria ẹ wá dé nítorí pé Yorùbá ni Ọlọ́run ṣe gẹ́gẹ́ bí ògo adúláwọ̀ àwa ni Olúwa ṣe ní the super power of the black world Yorùbá ni Ọlọ́run gbé ògo ńlá fún láti wá lead the black world into what into Eldorado ṣùgbọ́n kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ the Nigerian factor ó wá ń tẹ ògo Yorùbá mọ́lẹ̀ Nàìjíríà wá ń lo ògo Yorùbá wọ́n wá ń pè ní Nàìjíríà ẹ sọ fún mi wọ́n òkè ọ̀yà lọ́hùn-ún kí ló wà lórí tébù fún wọn wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ nípa sport Yorùbá náà ni wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ nípa music culture wa náà ni wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ nípa fashion àwa náà ni wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ nípa culture àwa náà ni now ó fẹ́ bèrè lọ́wọ́ yín gbogbo òfò ta nínú ilẹ̀ Yorùbá kí ni àwọn ọkọ̀ tó wá sọ́dọ̀ wa láti north a máa ní bóyá àbó ní kọ̀kọ́ tá à ń pè látọ̀dọ̀ wọn láti pẹ́ jarí pé dandan afẹ́ṣà fẹ́jẹ́ Nàìjíríà whereas Nigeria is a business empire for our British, for Americans. It's a business.
Later, not now.
When they create a new generation of slave traders and the slave dealers, the president itself is a slave dealer. All the houses, both Senate and reps, are slave traders. Many husbands are slave traders. Tán fún àwọn tán gbọ́ ibi ìgbélé lọ́wọ́ tán bí agbáyé lọ́wọ́ sódà tí wọ́n ní orí àtàwọn ọmọ ìpáwọn èèyàn wọn ń jẹ. So wọ́n fi fi àwọn wọ̀nyí ṣe indirectly substituted slave ayé àwọn ọba náà mọ́tàwá ní ayé àtijọ́ current generation àwọn politicians tó wá ń lò láti jẹ́ slave trader. Òun jẹ́ ṣeré gbogbo àwọn sẹ́ńtọ̀ ọ̀sẹ̀ táwa ti wọ́nú ilé yẹn kò sí kankan tó kàn wá nípa ìrìn àjò ayé wa mọ́. Owó fún ìpínlẹ̀ ọjọ́ mẹ́ta yìí ó pa nílẹ̀kùn gidigidi. Gọ́fúnà Ọ̀ṣun state ó bá àwọn kan sọ̀rọ̀ ó ń bá wọn ọjọ́ wà ní dialogue wọ́n jọ ń fọ̀rọ̀ jómi tó rí ọ̀rọ̀ ó wá sọ fún wọn wípé òun tẹ̀ tí bá àwọn ẹgbẹ́ ń sọ̀rọ̀ láwọn gómìnà yẹn wípé kọ́ńtì pé security vote tán fún wọn kọ́kọ́ tẹ̀ máa lọ fún ìwúlò àwọn ará ìlú. Nígbà tó wá sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn àwọn yẹn wá wò ó ẹ̀ẹ́dìdẹ́ kan dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ mi ni ẹ̀ẹ́dìdẹ́ kẹta tẹ́wọ́ fún mi nà án tó bá jẹ́ bí Amẹ́ríkà ni wọ́n máa tẹ́wọ́ tó máa dé ní pé wọ́n ti mú àwọn yẹn wá ní wúgùn. Èkó gọ́vnà ó sọ fáwọn citizens wípé kiri òun tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ fún yín yóò yẹ kẹta tẹ́wọ́ fún nítorí òun ní pé ṣé security vote ní nǹkan tó ní kí wọ́n máa fi tọ́jú ìlú ìyẹn lọ bẹ́ẹ̀. When a country wants to develop ó gbọ́dọ̀ ní iná tẹ́ bá rí tí Nàìjíríà ò ní iná di èní nítorí ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ni ilẹ̀ Yorùbá gangan dẹ̀ ni ya iná ti ń jẹ wájú gbogbo Nàìjíríà àwọn kan lè ájú o ẹ lọ kọ́ sí ẹ̀ wọn kì í sanwó ní iná nínú gbogbo ọ̀kan Nàìjíríà pátá ọwọ́ wa ló wà àwa la gbogbo ìgbésẹ̀ yẹn kò sí òfin kan tó rìlẹ̀ ní Nàìjíríà ilẹ̀ Yorùbá nìkan náà ti máa ń kárí àwọn òfin ẹ̀ out ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ti máa ń kárí ilẹ̀ Yorùbá nìkan náà máa ń fi ara ní tí a bá dẹ̀ kóra wa jọ gbogbo ògbó tó lọ gbé ní Yorùbá lọ́wọ́ pé káwa náà ká lọ gbé dúdú ga gbogbo àgbáyé as a super power of the entire black world tí a bá ṣọ́ra a máa sọ ògo yẹn nù nítorí pé ìjẹkújẹ àwọn kankan tó ń lò fún aláàtí máa bàbá sí oko ẹrú ìjẹkújẹ yìí kò jẹ́ káwọn wọ̀nyí kọ́ ríran wípé wọ́n ń lò wọ́n láti máa ta àwọn èèyàn wọn fún wọn ni àwọn rò pé àwọn ń lọ́rọ̀ àwọn rò pé àwọn ń show off àwọn rò pé àwọn fẹ́ bùgá àwọn báwọn ṣe ń wò ó nìyẹn pé àwọn ní lọ́ọ̀tì láláì dẹ̀mọ́ wípé wọ́n fi owó àbúṣe àbú wọn lálejò torí pé gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ kan pínlẹ̀ wọn lọ́wọ́ yìí ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ni ọ̀rọ̀ yìí wà. ẹ jẹ́ ká sọ ní ká bá sọnù ẹ̀mú káàrọ̀ òjìrì ẹ jẹ́ ká mọ̀ wípé ìrètí kò sí fún ọmọ Yorùbá ní Nàìjíríà nítorí pé wọ́n ti sọ wá di ìdàkudà ọmọ Yorùbá lásán tó máa ń lọ láàrin ìgboro lásán kò lè tó bá wọṣọ kò lè tí a yà lẹ̀ àjọdárí ọrùn àbáyà kò lè sílẹ̀ ojú àmà tì ní. ẹ wo nǹkan táwọn European society wa dà wọ́n wá ń finance entertainment wọ́n ń finance entertainment wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí tàn wá wọ́n tàn wá the same thing náà lọ ṣe ní Congo ọmọ ọdún wa ní Congo ó ti mọ̀ nǹkan tó pẹ̀lú obìnrin wọ́n mọ̀ flood ìlú ẹ̀ pẹ̀lú blue film lóríṣiríṣi so that while the youths are looking elsewhere àwọn máa kó ọ̀rọ̀ ìlú yẹn lọ ara nǹkan tó wá lò fún ilẹ̀ Yorùbá nìyẹn òun lè ṣe iṣẹ́ pé gbogbo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ń sìn wọ́n ti contaminate wa sexually kò sí dídì fún àwọn obìnrin wa mọ́ gbogbo aláwọ̀ lánàá pé ọmọbìnrin ní ayé àtijọ́ tí Fúlàní tàbí ọ́sà kan bá rọmọ Yorùbá fẹ́ wọ́n máa fi ṣe ó máa dà bí ìgbà tó bá rìn dẹ́kẹ́ ni nà ẹ wá wọ́n wá sọ wá di ìdàkudà yìí àwa náà wá rò pé bóyá à ń gbègbè ayọ̀ nígbà tí à ń jẹ wá gbogbo àwọn tó yẹ ká máa sunkún àti là ń lọ tó yẹ ká káwọ́ lérí ká bẹ̀rẹ̀ sọ pé Olúwa kí ló dé wá gbà wá gbogbo wa pátápátá àti ẹ̀rí ìmọ̀ tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ sí wa rárá wọ́n dẹ̀ ti ká wa mọ́ gbogbo wa la gbọ́ nígbà tí Tógùn about 4 years ago tó pariwo sígboro wípé Yoruba land has been encamped by all terrorists. Lọ́wọ́ àwọn àmọ̀tẹ́kùn lọ́yọ̀ ní Ọ̀yọ́ state only we have been encircled. Ẹ̀sán Koikimedia kò kúrò ń bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Wọ́n fi ọgbọ́n fi ṣe nǹkan yìí so that wọ́n á lè fi ọgbọ́n yẹn láti fi ká wa mọ́ gbogbo nǹkan tó fẹ́ ṣe pátápátá wọ́n á lè fi ṣe òun náà ṣe wọ́n wípé kàkà kí àwọn carry out every place yẹn jẹ́ káwọn kúlò politics kan fi ọmọ náà làárọ̀ síná wọ́n lè lò láti wá fi dì pẹ̀lú wa òun lè ṣe tó gbé Tinubu síbẹ̀. tí ní àbá gbára wa kò sẹ́ tó máa gbà wá tí àbá lura wa ní ká lura wa nínú ká tinú wa rò it is working great for us nítorí wọ́n ti àwa síta mo dẹ̀ fẹ́ ká mọ kíní kan nǹkan kan wà ní ìlú kan gbẹ Windrush about ní àgbà tí tẹsánmẹ tó jẹ́ mínísítà fún ìlú yìí gbogbo àwọn tó jẹ́ ọmọ Jamaica àtàwọn other West India tó yẹ kó wà ní ìlú yìí tí wọ́n ní British passport ní kán padà sílùú wọn àwọn míì ibi àná wọn ọmọdún míì wọn ń gba passport ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wọn kúrò ní ìlú yìí wọn lọ commit suicide nígbà tó ibi tó máa ṣàṣì tí wọn lọ bá dé sí ìlú yìí lọ́la tó bá ní káwọn ọmọ Yorùbá ká jáde ní bọ́lá fẹ́ dé síta bá lọ gbalẹ̀ wá ń sìn yìí gbogbo àwọn ìran wọ́n gbìyànjú láti sẹ́fù àwọn èèyàn wọn fún ọjọ́ iwájú òyìnbó du ìran ẹ̀ Fúlàní du ìran ẹ̀ fún ọjọ́ iwájú wọ́n kọ̀rọ̀ àwọn ìyá Yorùbá wọn kópa wọn sí Sambisa forest wọ́n sọ oríṣiríṣi tó fún ọjọ́ iwájú wọn ìgbà tó rí nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ pé gbọ́dọ̀ àgbẹ̀jọba lẹ̀ náà ní pé kàkà tá kó máa fi lọ́dún 2017 òun lè ṣe the manifestation of 2017 June 6 Kaduna Declaration torí pé nǹkan táwa ti gbọ́ ní embassy yẹn ní 2014 àwọn yóò tó fẹ́ kó wọ́n ẹ̀sọ́ aṣọ for the all of the 3 months yẹn kò sí anybody inú àwọn dáadáa leader tí wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ nígbà tó wá dìgbà tí ó wá kú bí ọjọ́ 4 tí déètì yẹn máa pé ní ẹ̀rùfá ẹ̀sọ́ á sọ̀rọ̀ wípé ká má wọ́ọ̀rì pé ìyẹn ni pé àwọn náà gbé àwọn ọ̀dọ́ ẹ̀ dìde tó bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀ tó máa dùn wá àgéǹsọ láti wá ṣe ìparun fún wa àwọn ọ̀dọ́ náà báwọn ọ̀dọ́ wọn sọ̀rọ̀ pé kọ́kọ́ òun dẹ́ ṣe ní Nàìjíríà ṣèwádìí commitment wọn sí Nàìjíríà ọrọ̀ ajé tá a ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá torí pé ilẹ̀ wa ni Olúwa bless jù ní gbogbo àgbáyé àwa ò dẹ̀ rí àwa ò dẹ̀ mọ̀ ó dẹ̀ ṣàlàyé fún yín 4,000 miles of pipeline underground pipeline láti Ondo State àti South to the Central Europe wọ́n rí pipe yẹn lọ sí Morocco àti Algeria ó wá supply gbogbo àwọn European countries contract yẹn wọ́n ṣe project yẹn lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ sí i Niger Republic nígbà táwọn military ti ní débẹ̀ wọ́n yarí fún wọn wípé agreement tẹ̀ ìfọ̀hánì ti ní pẹ̀lú former leader wa tó jẹ́ pé ó ní 10% nǹkan tó yẹ fẹ́ fún òun ẹ̀tọ́ sílùú 90% ó kọ́ ẹ lọ bá àwọn central bank ní abroad pé agreement yẹn kọ́ reverse ẹ̀ 90% ó lọ fáwọn ẹ̀ lábroad kan kó fáwọn káwọn kó 10% lọ new leader Niger Republic ó yarí fún wọn ó sì wọ́n ti ń plan wọ́n máa yẹ wọn fẹ́ kí pipe yẹn kó gba Niger Republic wọ́n ti fẹ́ yẹ ń sìn fún àyẹn lọ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ ń sìn ìyẹn ni pé ọrọ̀ ajé wa ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ẹ̀wọ̀n bọ́ ṣe fi yẹn wọ́n fún wa tàràkà wọ́n sọ àwọn obìnrin wa daṣẹ́wó wọ́n sọ àwọn gbogbo àwọn ọmọ wa di wọ́n sọ wọ́n di amúgbó tán àwa dẹ̀ ni the most educated in the world ẹ lọ wo statistics nílùú àti Amẹ́ríkà gbogbo àgbáyé náà sọ pé kò sí ká máa lọ pé Yorùbá ni tiẹ̀ ká pé Nàìjíríà hìá Nàìjíríà díà bá náà pè bẹ́ẹ̀ àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá ni nà Nàìjíríà wa gbogbo Yorùbá ó wá ń lù káàkiri àgbáyé àwa tá a ní ògo àwa ń tì káàkiri àgbáyé ṣe é kó rí bẹ́ẹ̀. ẹ̀yin ọ̀dọ́ Nàìjíríà náà ọdún ẹ̀ka máa pariwo ẹ̀yin tẹ̀ ń gbọ́ mi ẹ lọ bá àwọn tí wọ́n mọ̀ nípa àkókò tó ṣẹlẹ̀ yìí ẹ jẹ́ kọ́ mọ̀ wípé kò sí nǹkan kan tí Òkè Ọya ń ṣe fún wa amalgamation Nàìjíríà ti expire láti 2014 àní nǹkan kan ṣe pẹ̀lú Nàìjíríà ìgbà tá a bẹ̀ gbégbé sílẹ̀ pé à ń lọ àwọn tó ń kó alọ́rọ̀ lọ tó ń lù tú wa inú wọn ń dùn ní pé ọ̀dẹ̀ làwọn wọ̀nyí wọn ti ẹ̀mẹ̀tọ́ wọn. The constitution táwọn lónìí Nàìjíríà is a fake constitution kò kí n ṣe constitution tó jẹ́ pé àwọn aráàlú fọwọ́ sí. so wọ́n dẹ̀ wọ́n dẹ̀ yín wọn sọ alẹ́ pé àwọn ọ̀dẹ̀ èèyàn mọ́ káàárọ̀ òjìrè ẹ jẹ́ ká tají ẹ jẹ́ ká pàkìjì ẹ jẹ́ ká gba ògo wa padà ìjà lè ṣẹlẹ̀ tí a bá gbéra kíjà ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ díẹ̀ kájà díẹ̀ ẹ̀yin ti rí freedom kan tí òun wàhálà lọ́wọ́ rí ni kò possible now. ní bàbá ń gbọ́ tí wọ́n máa ń ṣàlàyé fún wa wípé ìyàwó rẹ̀ kọ́ àníjà fún kankan ó ti kọ iṣẹ́ ètò ogun ó mọ̀ yín káwọn Fúlàní ò ní gbà ní. ṣé bẹ́ẹ̀ tán rí àwọn kíníkalẹ̀ pọ́n ti palẹ̀ wa wọ́n ti ta ilẹ̀ wa pátápátá náà wọ́n ẹni tí wọ́n tán rí sukuk that is àwọn European Arabs àwọn náà kọ̀ gbàdúrà tó ń sọ àyídàkudà náà àwọn náà ni wọ́n gbẹ̀rẹ̀ ìjọ wọn bá wa. ìkan wá látọwọ́ ọ̀gbìn ó ń gbàgbọ́ wa ìkan látọwọ́ òsì ó ń fúnwọ̀n wa àwa wà láàárín ẹ wo bí tó ń bá wa délé nísìn kò dẹ̀ sí ìlú tó sọ láńgbèjì ẹ̀nù tó sọ àṣà ẹ̀nù tó bẹ̀ jẹ́ tó sọ ẹ̀sìn ẹ̀nù tó gbére ní gbogbo àgbáyé pápá tó yẹ pé àwọn European colonized. balarí tó ní pọ́lì mẹ́fà kún ní gbogbo wọn. so ògo tó lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe wá nílẹ̀ Yorùbá ògo ayérayé ni tẹ́ pé Olúwa fúnra ẹ̀ ló fẹ́ gbà wá kúrò nínú ìgbèkùn nítorí lọ́wọ́ mọ̀ wípé àwa gangan ni ó kan àyà Ọlọ́run àwa gangan kọ́kọ́ dá sí ilé ayé. ó yà á níbi gbọ́ clip yẹn rí tí bọ̀bọ̀ Gàdá kan tó ṣe lálàyé wípé originally àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá la ní Egypt ó ní orúkọ ẹni tí ó dá Egypt yẹn sílẹ̀ láyé ìgbà yẹn tó dá village yẹn sílẹ̀ tó wá katapọ́tò Egypt olórúkọ ẹ̀ ló máa ń jẹ́ Kẹ́mi ó lóun kì í ṣe ó lóun kúkú ṣe Yorùbá òun ìdẹ́kí Nàìjíríà káwọn ní bóyá torí bẹ́ẹ̀ òun gbìyànjú láti máa sọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá dáadáa ó ní ṣùgbọ́n nǹkan tó wà nínú iṣu táwọn mọ̀ làwọn sọ máa yẹn ìṣúná 90 to 100 years. ó ní ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn regime tó wà láyé ìgbà yẹn àwọn Mesopotamia àwọn all the àwọn Turkey gbogbo àwọn àwọn power kan tá ti kà ní history ó ní gbogbo wọn máa wá returns 6 kilometers to the spot arákùnrin yẹn nítorí pé wọ́n ní agbára máa rè dé látara arákùnrin yẹn sí gbogbo àgbáyé ni. ó ní nínú orúkọ ẹni lóúnjẹ kẹ́mi ó nígbà yẹn ó ní inú ẹ̀ náà ti fa chemistry yọ pé that is chemist mystery òun náà sọ di chemistry dòní pé the myth of life. ó ní gbogbo àwọn nǹkan yẹn àwọn tó ń bára pa Yorùbá yìí wọ́n ti mọ nǹkan tí Yorùbá jẹ́ láti ilẹ̀ òun náà ṣe wá sọ wá di ìdàkudà lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ ń sìn yín ṣùgbọ́n náà ti di Ọlọ́run lóun fẹ́ gbà wá kó nǹkan wa kúrò ní oko ẹrú àwa fúnra wa láfọwọ́ sọ pé kò sáàdúrà tá a lè gbà mọ́ Olúwa ti gba àdúrà wa torí pé gbogbo bá ṣe súnmọ́ Ọlọ́run tá à ń ṣe tá a ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀yìn pátápátá Olúwa ti gbọ́ àwa ni ká gbé ìgbésẹ̀ ká kóra wa jọ ní ìṣọ̀kan ká gbára wa kúrò ní ọwọ́ àwọn Fúlàní nítorí pé tí a bá ṣe é tó bá fún máa rí ọdún mẹ́rin èrò ò ní sí mọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ pọ̀ tó yẹ ká sọ bẹ̀rẹ̀ ẹ má jẹ́ kí n bọ̀ yín dágbọ́rọ̀ ọgbọ́n pátápátá next week a tún lọ sí a different dimension of awareness fún wa tábàárẹ̀ tó fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ ìbéèrè ẹ bá wa kọ́ kọ́ńkà káńsà ẹ ṣeun.
tó ẹ jẹ́ ká kí bàbá wa brother wa ẹ̀gbọ́n wa uncle wa he spoke for 1 hour plus. And I was expecting him to say he wants to drink water, but he did not. That is the kind of the passion Tiboy by me. And I can assure us that I'm sure you listen to me from a different angle, but you've listened to him from another angle today. Just to back one of what he said, because sometimes I want your man taban sorrow. And the good thing is I've shared the link out. The Kaduna Declaration was on the Sun newspaper 22nd of June 2017, and there was another one on the cable as well as the Takidia. I believe that is the northern newspaper. The cable also the 14th of June 2017. There was also the 13th of June on the Newsweek. But let's just read a little bit from the Sun newspaper, the Kaduna Declaration. From today, the 6th of June 2017, when this proclamation is signed, the North, a critical player in Nigerian project, hereby declares that it will no longer be disposed to coexisting with the Igbos and shall take definite steps to end the partnership by pulling out of the current federal arrangement. This conclusion is necessitated by the realization that it seems ceased to be comfortable or safe to continue sharing the same country with ungrateful, uncultured Igbo who have exhibited reckless disrespect for other federating units and stain the integrity of the entire nation with the installable criminal obsession. The North hereby openly calls on the authorities and other national and international stakeholders to acknowledge this declaration by taking steps to facilitate the final dissolution of this hopeless union that has never been convenient to any one of the parties. Surround the secessionist proclamated of 16 northern groups of youth, which included the Arewa Citizens Action for Change, Arewa Youth Consultative Forum, Arewa Youth Development Foundation, Arewa Student Forum, the Northern Emancipation Network on the Igbo Persistent for Secession. The underscore, which is mine, constitute the treasonable statement in the declaration. The treasonous Kaduna Declaration was read out by one of the youth leaders, Malam Abdulaziz Sulaiman, stating what to all intent and practically purpose appear to be the reason for the bellicose proclamation, the 16th Northern Group's announcement. Bàbá mi Ògúnríbidó, a dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín fún eléyìí tí ẹ wá bá wa sọ lórí ìkànnì tí gbogbo wa lájọ ní, torí ẹ̀yin náà lẹ́nu ìkànnì yìí. màá dẹ̀ máa sọ pé a dúpẹ́ pé ọba Elédùmarè tó jẹ́ kí a ríru yín báyìí tó ẹlòmíì ò gbọ́ pé the North already pulled out of Nigeria in 2017. They made a declaration to exit Nigeria in 2017, a proclamation. I just have one question because that is so 1 hour, and I know I don't want to exhaust you because next week you'll be back with us again. We might probably do it every Sunday. After we do our Sunday program, we come and do another 60 minutes with Toguribido. Why are the Yorubas refusing to listen to the new hope as compared to the false hope known as the illusion country called Nigeria? Eba wa dáhùn béèrè yẹn, and I will let you go after that. Ẹ ṣé gan-an sir.
Ó ṣerú Yomi, jẹ́ kí kọ́kọ́ ṣàlàyé bẹ́ẹ̀. Tí ẹ bá lísìn sí clip tí bàbá yẹn tó gbé jáde, mò ń wo gèlè ọdún 1991 tó ṣàlàyé kan pé Kemet. Bàbá yẹn ṣe àlàyé, ó ní àwọn òyìnbó, ó ní wọ́n English sáàsì kìíní àwọn pè ní Kemet. Ó ní bẹ̀tì Kẹ́mi ni, ó ní Yorùbá lẹ́ni yẹn, ó ní Kẹ́mi, ó ní inú ẹ̀ náà ti fa chemistry, or chemistry because the myth then, gbogbo àwọn power tó ti dé from all over the world ni wọ́n ní kíní power ẹ̀ máa radiate. Ó ní Yorùbá ló ní Egypt. Ó ní they say it's Kemet. Ó ní àwọn òyìnbó mọ̀ọ́mọ́ Englicize ẹ̀ so that ní níwò pé Yorùbá ni. Ó ní it is Kemet. Ó ní kán lọ wá díẹ̀ wò, ó ló wá in history. Ìyẹn lọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Number 2, à ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa Kaduna Declaration of June 6, 2017. I think April 2020. No, April 2021. The same Arewa youths, wọ́n fún Yorùbá ní 48 hours tó kúrò ní North, tẹ́ bá rántí. Wọ́n ní kí Yorùbá kúrò ní North, wọ́n ní fún 48 hours tá kúrò ní Northern Nigeria. Àwọn lẹ́tà nígbà sọ tó parapọ̀ wípé tọ̀ ìbéèrè tẹ́ fẹ́ gbé yìí, ẹ fẹ́ fi àjẹ àwọn Northern sí ni. Wọ́n á kí wọ́n ara bọ aṣọ. Now, kí tún láfi lè di clear ara wa pé ẹrú ni wá nínú Nàìjíríà. Nígbà tí wọ́n lọ sílé Sunday Igboho pààyàn o, kò di clear pé òun fẹ́ pé Yorùbá kúrò nínú kíní kó lọ sí orí tẹlifíṣàn o. All the same, ẹ má pààrọ̀ èèyàn mímọ́. Now, they went and besieged Sunday Igboho's house. Ọmọ ọlọ́mọ ó ṣe kì mọ́lẹ̀. Ẹ̀ ń fún ọmọ tiyín lọ́mú. Ṣé àwọn tí wọ́n read out wípé wọ́n fẹ́ secede, wọ́n fẹ́ tọ́ọ̀tì Nàìjíríà, kan arrest wọn bí wọ́n mọ Yorùbá ò dẹ̀ ronú wọ́n mọ̀ wípé onígbèkùn la wà ní Nàìjíríà, ẹrú ni wà náà, onílẹ̀ bàbá wà. Ẹrú náà fi wá ṣe. Ẹ jẹ́ ká ẹ̀yin youths, ọjọ́ oṣù yín wà nínú ewu ńlá. Ọlọ́run ò dá yín báyìí, ẹ̀yin ló gba àgbáyé, tẹ́ bá jáde kúrò ní Nàìjíríà ní bóyá ṣe ń tàn káàkiri àgbáyé. Ẹ̀yin youths ẹ kóra yín jọ kẹ́ sọ pé end Nigeria now. Ẹni agbára tẹ̀lé ló. Ẹ má jẹ́ kí yàrá jẹ yín bẹ́ẹ̀, ẹ má jẹ́ kó pa yín run. Wọ́n ti sẹ́ẹ̀tì irú ìparun fún gbogbo wa. Ẹ má jẹ́ kó ṣẹlẹ̀. Ẹ kóra yín jọ, ẹ bára yín sọ̀rọ̀, educate ara yín. Àwọn olúwa ṣe ń sọ́pọ̀ fún black race. Òun lọ́la ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ sí ilẹ̀ wa tó jẹ́ pé ilẹ̀ wa ló ń fìdí gbogbo àgbáyé sí yìí. 30 billion cubic meters, 30 billion every year. Do you know what that means? Wọ́n dẹ̀ ń sọ fún ayé pé Nàìjíríà ń yáwó, Nàìjíríà ń jẹ irú ìgbésẹ̀ owó Nàìjíríà ń jẹ kí náà fọwọ́ yìí ṣe béèrè question náà. Owó tó náà yá kí náà fi ṣe. Hospital, kò síná, kò sómi, hospital ti collapse. University wọn invest sí. Now, completely, wọ́n ti humanize one completely. But are we thinking? Are we with our senses as Yoruba people? Now to the question that you asked, Yomi, Oshe Gidigidi. Very nice question. Now, mo ṣàlàyé ọ̀rọ̀ kan fún wa lẹ́ẹ̀kan. Mo ní inú òkùnkùn ní àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá wà. we have been caged. Òun mo ṣe mú iṣẹ́ láti ilẹ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kan wípé láti ilẹ̀ wá ni wọ́n ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní gbìyànjú láti rí wípé wọ́n fún wa sí ní ìgbèkùn tó yẹ pé wọn ò fẹ́ ká mọ̀ nǹkan tó ń lọ. Nígbà tẹ́mi ṣiṣẹ́ ní Punch, I was in Punch from 82 to 88. Fi tó wá sí Europe ní 89. Àwọn editors máa lọ gba àwọn ministers ilé gómìnà kan jẹ́ pápá newsprint fún wọn kán lè rí pépà jáde torí wọn so àtìgbà yẹn ìwọ tó bá dẹ̀ dá newspaper náà tó jẹ́ ọmọ Yorùbá o gbọ́dọ̀ fúnlẹ́dàgbà ṣe managing director tàbí nǹkan kó hold super power kan nínú organisation yẹn. That was the way Yorùbás have been so molested right from history táwọn yẹn wà ò dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé nǹkan yẹn ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní abẹ́lẹ̀. The destruction of Yoruba started long ago. But wọ́n ti accomplish it tán náà wọ́n fẹ́ consolidate the power ìyẹn ni Buhari wá ṣe. Lack of information nítorí pé àwọn èèyàn wọn ò rí òótọ́ dì mú wọn ò rí nǹkan tó yẹ kán fi tán kó àwọn motivating news wọn ò ń rí. Ṣébí kan ló sọ ń sìn yìí àwọn tó gbé owó story ṣe bí foreign power foreign media ló gbé náà gbogbo ìlú tí gáàsì ẹgbà kọjá tó máa àwọn ló gbé story yìí náà àwọn Morocco news àwọn gas news tó jẹ́ pé àwọn ló gbé Nigeria media gbé náà wọ́n gbé pé wọ́n kàn lè ọ̀rá sọ wá sọ wẹ́rẹ́ bí ẹni pé kékeré kan ni they were talking of a huge lẹ́yìn ìgbà tí Russia ti cut the gas supplies fún wọn through Germany ni wọ́n ti so Nigeria ni wọ́n á náwó rí. The same Nigeria no jẹ gbèsè the same Nigeria ni wọ́n wí lè gbèsè mi so they are mortgaging our life. Ẹ jẹ́ ká jáde ká lè wá organize nǹkan tó ń pè ní tọrọ government ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ìjọ̀wọ́. Àwọn náà wọ́n ti fi àwọn nǹkan yóò ti fi lélẹ̀ fún wa láti ilẹ̀ wá àti model àti template tá a máa fi rú Nàìjíríà in prophecies. Gbogbo nǹkan wọ́n ti ready. Àtọwọ́ wa ni àti bá ṣe máa àti promises tó bá ṣe máa distribute ara wa ni gbogbo ẹ ti wà ní ìdàpọ̀ ṣe fẹ́ẹ́ tí lè wọ̀kan. Ẹ jẹ́ ká gbára wa kúrò ní ọwọ́ Nàìjíríà ká lè we are the super power of the black race. Nǹkan tí iṣẹ́ tó lọ́ọ́ gbélé wa lọ́wọ́ látòdì ọ̀run nìyá sí Yorùbá people. Wọ́n dá àwọn ṣe máa create àwọn mega rich people láàrin wa láti máa ká lè máa wò wọ́n as models àwọn náà bí agbára lé wọn lọ́wọ́ náà. Gbogbo àwọn tẹ́ ń wò yẹn they are imperial agents àti Àtíkù ni o àti Tinubu ni o àti gbogbo Dangote yẹn ẹ̀kan wo ìrìfánárì yẹn ni àwọn náà ni wọ́n tì lẹ́yìn tí wọ́n ní kó lọ àwọn náà ní wà nídìí ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn àwọn western àwọn all these big powers àwọn náà ni wọ́n tì lẹ́yìn tí wọ́n tì lẹ́yìn pé kó lọ máa ṣe machinery àwọn náà nọ́mbà torí gbogbo nǹkan tó ń ṣe wọ́n fi kó wa jáde síta ni ó tún ṣe ìrìfánárì tán sí ni. Koki all this problem is not Nigeria's solely problem alone. Àwọn náà pẹ̀ láwọn tó create problem for apart from àwọn other problem tí àwọn tó dáwọn míì concrete internally. The external forces gbọ́ngàn ní problem wájú. Ẹgbẹ́ tó kàn dé lórí ẹ̀ lásán ló rẹ́ sọ́wọ́ àwọn Tinubu rẹ́ sọ́wọ́ àwọn kan tán láwọn náà ń ní ìrè fanari síta. Gbogbo mọ́pẹ́ ní Nigeria had the rig. More than 89% of it are controlled by Northerners. Ìgbà tí Buhari tó lọ ń fight corruption, how many ever mi kọ́ Fúlàní mélòó ni Buhari gbé lọ sí court for corruption for the whole of the 80 years? Ẹ jẹ́ ká ronú náà àwọn ọmọ káàárọ̀ oòjíire. How many Fúlàní ti Buhari gbé lọ sí court? Apart from àwọn Christians in Southern Kaduna, how many? So we are slaves on our own land. Àlejò àjáyò àfi tá a bá papọ̀ tá a bá gbára wa kó lọ́wọ́ Nàìjíríà la fi lè bọ́ ní oko ẹrú. So àwọn èèyàn wa ń torí pé wọ́n rí information gbọ́ nǹkan tí ìjọba dẹ̀ fẹ́ gbọ́ òun làwọn newspaper wa òun náà dàbí wọn lọ́wọ́ òun lè ṣe tó jẹ́ pé gbogbo nǹkan tó yẹ kó là wá lójú kò sí. Ẹ wo they overrated the data sales in Nigeria. Wọ́n mọ̀ má jẹ́ ká nínú so that ní parí news gbọ́ wọ́n mọ̀ jẹ́ kí data wọn so that all these things are conspiracies against the Yorubas. Ẹgbẹ́ tí ìgbà bẹ̀rẹ̀ ìjọba kẹwàá wo nǹkan tó pè ní model government in the entire world. Ẹ ṣé gan ni bàbá wa ibi tí a máa fi bàbá sílẹ̀
bàbá wa ẹ̀gbọ́n wa tí wọ́n darapọ̀ mọ́ wa lórí ìkànnì wa lẹ́nìí. Tó bá tún di ọ̀sẹ̀ tó ń bọ̀ àtúnlé yín bá sọ̀rọ̀, ẹ bá wa kí gbogbo àwọn aráalé kí ẹ tó dágbére. Kò ń ṣe pé ẹ̀ ń dágbére kú fún wa, ẹ̀ ń dágbére pé tó bá tún di ọ̀sẹ̀ tó ń bọ̀ o, mo tún ń bọ̀ láti wá ṣe àwọn àlàyé lórí ìkànnì fún wa. Ẹ bá wa kí gbogbo àwọn èèyàn wa tí wọ́n ti ń gbọ́ yín.
Àwọn kì yóò kọ́ bí kò ṣe yẹ ká lè máa jẹ́rìí sí agbára Ọlọ́run. Ó kí gan ni ẹ̀yin èèyàn mi.
Ẹ ṣe gan ni.
Ẹ má bínú nítorí pé ìyà tó ń jẹ wá ti pọ̀ jù. Àwa tó lọ nílẹ̀ fún Yorùbá láti mọ àwọn nǹkan yìí. Àwọn ẹ̀yin tí wá tí ò tí ì yé ara ń tara pé kò yé yín nítorí pé tọ́lá pèèyàn ní àbífọ́ àràrà pa ìfún ẹ̀ mọ́. Wọ́n ti fi àwọn ìyá yìí lọ wá. Wọ́n ti separatize wa. Wọ́n ti sọ wá di ilẹ̀ pátápátá. Ẹ jẹ́ ká ronú, ẹ jẹ́ ká gbára wa kúrò ká lè lọ káwa náà ká lọ jẹ́ we are the pride of the entire black world. Àwa ní ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo adúláwọ̀. Wọ́n sọ ìka wa ní ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo Yorùbá ògo adúláwọ̀. The entire black race of the world, we are the light, we are the glory.
Thank you so much. And that is Mr. Fatai. 1 hour 15 minutes. What a very great discussion there. We're back here. Should we open the phone line? Moki, Alaja Queen. But before we do that, let's remind you of what is happening in October when our own hero will be coming to London. Let's listen to this.
Olayomi Koiki lórí +447-594-050-979 yàtúbí lórí +447-570-320-030 Tóyìn Ọláoyè lórí +447-896-018-064 lápapọ̀ ọmọ Yorùbá àgbáyé pátápátá bí àwọn ẹgbẹ́ ìfọlọ́dọ̀ àpapọ̀ ọmọ Yorùbá fẹ́ kí ọmọ aládìkún wípé ẹkú ọdún ẹkú ìyẹ̀dún àti ìsàmọ́dún àsàmọ́dún sẹ́ẹ̀dì ìtayàtọ̀mọ Yorùbá wọ́n ní ìdíyà ló kéde lórúkọ gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá pátápátá.
Mo kí olórí ẹbí gbogbo wa tí a mọ̀ sí Wàlátà, mo kí brọ́dà mi, mo kí àwọn àlejò tó ń bẹ lọ́dọ̀ ẹ̀ náà tí wọ́n máa ń wò mí, mo kí wọn, mo kí ẹ̀yin tí ẹ̀ ń bẹ ní Ìkòròdú. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ á máa ń pè àbí Kóìkì ta mọ̀ nígbà yẹn kọ́ lélẹ̀ nígbà yẹn nìyẹn ìjàngbara là ń jà lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́. Ṣe é pé ẹ̀gbọ́n tèmi àwọn wà quiet, mi wà quiet because ọ̀rọ̀ tó wà ńlẹ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ gbàgbòs òun ni. Bàbá wa ìyá wa mo Folúwakẹ́ni, how can this your lecture be spread to wider coverage? How can we shout out to expose our gas that is being piped? Lórí ọ̀rọ̀ gas yẹn, I watched a full clip of analysis that Simon Ekpa did on it. Oh my God. Sherry, shout out to those of you watching me about 81. Please share the program and let's keep the number growing again. Moke Abraham Abbas, Moke Bilo for real. Ó tó jọ́ mẹ́ta. Ẹ̀gbọ́n ẹ̀ ní Koiki ẹ̀ tí ready. They are ready. Action ni. When people say I tí ready, every one of us is involved in this. Shout out to as many of you that have joined us. Ẹ kàn gbọ́ wọlé share button. Also to support. Let me first answer the question, Momiwa. 3 years ago, when things were still going in accordance in one union before, 2x2 came in, before Adeniran and so many other people that thought that they could pull down this movement, including that one from Scotland that I call Bomb Bastard. We were doing a lot on this platform because you were all supporting the platform. Mukilati Agbara in Ogun State. I can tell you that as at the time, I was producing all my videos in the DVD format. At least, Taba sent Los anywhere. It got all the way to Kano. And I'm going to tell you one will receive it in Kano. Because there was a huge demand for the videos to be sent to Kano from some of our communities there. And I remember my team going to the motor park and packed, I won't tell you the numbers of the ones we sent to Kano just for security reason. And we sent it out there because we realized that people were not having enough time to watch all the program. And we were also distributing across different parts of Yoruba land. Muki, our first bank. But Kilo Dipe, a lot of people thought that it seemed that one platform was overshadowing the other platform. But they didn't realize that one platform was trying to break, the communication between us and those at home. And we were working at a very fast pace. When I went back to Nigeria, your contribution, your materials that you were sending, people were calling CSI and telling him not to allow me to use his house to operate. We were only doing administration work from there. Even though they came on the 1st of July and wanted to kill Igboho and myself, I would have been a dead person if I was in that house. So the Yorubas that believe in the vision that we need to rescue ourselves were injecting enough surplus of your materials. Kódà ẹlòmíì tí mo fún ní kankan nísìn ní 3 years ago, wọ́n should keep it. That is how they value a lot of what we were giving them. People still come and say, Mr. Koiki, a kàn ń dúró fún ìpè yín àti tolóyè Ìgbòho ẹ ṣé gan alájà ara Sanfast TV. And whenever that time comes, gbogbo àwọn materials tẹ fún wa nígbà yẹn, kódà àwọn èèyàn sì ní pamphlet, leaflet that we've given away 3 years ago. But I am surprised that after the whole attack on this platform, not just from UN, because the little resources that was coming from the revenue of the YouTube, I was making sure that percentage of that, as at the time, I was pumping it straight into the movement. But Lai Mohammed thought he could bring it down. So he told Google that my platform should be brought down because that platform was instigating what they call a collapse of a messed up country. And Google reached out to me. I will not go into all the further details. But they removed the monetization because 2 or 3 videos were pulled down. Those were very strong videos. I've kept those videos. And I don't plan to repeat them on YouTube again. But one thing is that Kilo de ti paper Louis. Ẹ ṣé gan ni tẹ́ bá like outfit yẹn, ẹ lọ sí Omitaf Culture on IG, and you will find multiple of what they've done to people abroad and in Nigeria and across. Kódà CSI náà ń lo àwọn tá à ń sọ yìí. So n tó bá gé fún CSI náà ní ẹ bá ń gé tèmi náà. So in the work that we have done so far, how do we continue that progress? A call came in from one European country during that time and said, Koiki, we have in one African country, the only thing is you only pay for materials. But gbogbo tó bá print níbẹ̀ ò ní sanwó. Wọ́n fà lílé tó dá now. And I took that offer and we started doing a lot of what we called printing. I'll give you the total of what we printed. But what we printed between the period of time I was in Nigeria for that 6 months, and the plus that you sent to me, Olojeki Ariwo Yoruba Nation yẹn, for the non-Yorubas that doesn't have data and don't lo phone balasa, phone at the tapas your neighbor, that couldn't hear anything. So the power of a media is far beyond Kako Joko Kawashe program, the same people. No. We started working, pushing things into it, and at the end of the day, all that have stopped for the last 2 years because of the infiltration of the media through the proxy coming from 2x2, the bomb bastard, Adeniran, and many of them. But what many of you don't remember is that, or what you don't realize is that we are now dealing with another criminal that understands media very well, and that's Tinubu. Tinubu understands the media. He knows the power of the media. I won't go to the details, but Tinubu had more power of the media because Tinubu was part of those that set up Kudirat Radio with Fayemi and the rest of them. So while we were fighting on the bottom, we decided to set up a satellite radio, and then we materialized into some other areas, but they destroyed it because message, and I'm not worried anymore because Oloye has done enough for us in terms of free publicity. Look, if I wanted to, I can call him now and I'll just let him go on the phone with me, and that message will travel from here to Kano and all the northern part of Nigeria. Because every time I sit here, for every day, Tibajade, Sultan of Sokoto have requested that my program must be recorded. What did this set up studio for me? Bishen sort of buy one record. And imagine if Oloye comes into the program live, because they know that the two of us are 5 and 6. What am I going to ban Sonny Biba? Igbowo knows about it. So the publicity is going. Am I worried? Look, every day, I think Arole 1010 was playing one hour Lord Denny. I want support the Oloye Boshe, because they're still believing in a fraudulent constitution. Because Omo Yoruba she nífẹ̀ẹ́ Tinubu with the hope that, and I've done that show in the morning. Go and watch it. That show has generated at least nothing less than 20,000 K view. Every day I block people, and every day people are looking for me because they know that Yoruba nation message is coming out from all our medias. I am just one of them, but my own style is different, and I will not compete with any other person because they are better than me. But for the fact that I am working on a double shift, I am working as an independent media, and I'm working as a spokesperson for Igbowo, and they know the power of what that means. Tiba jáde nísìn, tí olóyè rán mi iṣẹ́ tí mo sọ̀rọ̀ tó olóyè rán mi, that message will travel before they can bring it out. And that is why when I'm not speaking on behalf of Oloye, I tend to tell you that I am speaking on behalf of my platform. Mi tó bẹ́ẹ̀ ojú bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ, any country around the world, if they want to do anything, they would have to contact not me, my platform called Koikimedia. Koiki gba asan kankan lórí platform mi. No, èmi kọ́ lè máa wá bá sọ̀rọ̀. Organization lè máa bá sọ̀rọ̀. Organization. So some of you don't know the power of what I am holding on to as a. You might say, okay, but it's an organization, and I'm always proud. That's why I'm proud to say that I am not a blogger. Blogging yàtọ̀ sí journalist, and I'm not jekureje journalist because mo ṣiṣẹ́ débẹ̀ ni. So in terms of pé ṣọgbọ́wọ́gbọ́, olóyè ti ṣe yẹ fún wa, ẹ má ẹ̀ka waste owó mọ́. Ibi tó kù sí nísìn òun ni kólúkálukú wa ká prepare mind wa pé it will be painful before we exit Nigeria. Àfi tá a bá ń parọ́. Kò máa jáde ní Nigeria, it will be painful. Some of you want to support, but you're holding back. Ẹ̀sìn kí ni mo ṣe máa support ẹ̀? Look, it does not matter whether you support or not. Olóyè àti Baba Kitoye, the two of them have told us and showcased that they are what to emulate as leaders. And that is why in October, 150 tickets. I don't know, mélòó ló kù níbẹ̀ nísìn, àfi tí bá ṣe béèrè lọ́wọ́ àwọn committee tó organize it. But I can tell you that 150 ticket will go like that at £100. If you want that ticket, just to come and have a dinner with him. Bí mo ṣe wà ní bíbá nísìn, tó bá pè pé kí wọ́n jẹ dinner pẹ̀lú Obama at £2,000, I will call 5 people, and I know the 5 I will call, and I'll raise that money. Màá dé lọ jẹ dinner yẹn. Kò ń ṣe dinner kan mo fi lọ jẹ. Mo fẹ́ gbé ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation lọ bá wọn nínú ibẹ̀ yẹn. But do you know that £2,000 of a dinner, I would not be invited? Can I have the remote? Bele. Bele. Okay? Love you. Yeah, relax. Aboro mo ye nisin. So, comment. No, let me hold it because you already o ti lọ sọ́nà. Ó dà pọ̀ náà Ìjẹ̀bú ló fẹ́ gbà wọlé. So tábà ní kẹ́ wá darapọ̀ mọ́ olóyè pé 150. Kò ń ṣe pé a lè gba hall tó ju 150 lọ. We just want to make it like a special day for him when he's in London in October. Mo ní tí bá rí invite Obama dinner at £5,000, I will go because mo mọ tí máa lọ pàdé níbẹ̀, mo mọ tí mo fẹ́ lọ sọ níbẹ̀. I might not even have the privilege to see Obama, but mo I want the caliber of the people to be jókòó síbẹ̀. So ẹ̀yin tẹ́ máa darapọ̀ mọ́ olóyè ní October fún dinner yẹn, you are also as value asset for the Saturday 1 million rally. A ti ń ṣe rally, picture Igboho là ń gbé síta. Olóyè free Igboho Yorùbá ẹ̀rọ ti gbà tó mú wọn lẹ̀ free Igboho. Àwa níyàn kan ń bọ̀ sí UK kọ́lọ̀ kó mọ́jọ́ ro, and you are saying that you don't want to be there. Èmi ò mọ bí tẹ́ fẹ́ wà o. I don't know where you want to be. Plan all your journey now. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà ní UK, we understand that we have some of us that are members of the APC. Kí wá ni ṣe òun nìkan náà ni? No, sọ pé òun nìkan kọ́, but we are all in danger. Tinubu has a limited time to transform Nigeria for the dream Nigeria that you want. Tinubu need very, very limited time. and he will not be able to achieve it because pressure wà lọ́rùn Tinubu right now. Pressure wà lọ́rùn Jagaban, that one. Pressure wà lọ́rùn ẹ̀. So they transfer. Báwo ṣe ṣe nísìn? You get it. I start messing around. Pressure ó wà lọ́rùn Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Some of you might think that we hate Tinubu. No, we don't hate Tinubu. We love him. Koda, be careful, be careful. Stop messing around. You're tired. Sleep. Ẹ̀yin gangan lẹ like Tinubu because you are pushing him to where they might end his life faster than what we don't want. Àtíkù tí ní kó gbé Tinubu lọ sí ICC. Have you seen the news? Oh my God. You might think that the West doesn't like us anyway. No Western president or prime minister would ever go to ICC. America doesn't believe in ICC anyway. But it's quicker for them to say, ẹ fún Tinubu ní letter kó pàdé wa ní court. That is the puppet that most of you don't understand how all these politicians are. I want a Yoruba country that America and the future countries will not dictate to us. But right now, it's because one more visa tí Tinubu fi wọlé nígbà tó lọ sí America. One more Tinubu, as some of you have even said that Tinubu might also be one of them as a spy, just like OBJ. I don't have evidence to that. But what I'm trying to explain is that whether we invest more in this movement or not, Igboho is still one major problem for the North. Ìyẹn lásán ti tó èmi. Ṣé rí gbogbo tàwọn ọmọ Yorùbá yẹn ẹ ṣe fi sentiment tó máa tán after tí Tinubu bá parí ìjọba ẹ̀ tó bá jẹ́ kó rí ṣe. Because right now ó yẹ kí n ti start late since we have a spare phone now. Òwò ní ká tẹ̀ lò ṣé Twitter ní ká ṣe àbí náà jẹ́ ká ó ń gbóná ní UK. Hey! Àwọn English Defence League yẹn mo rírú ẹ̀rí àtàwọn ọmọ Asian yẹn ọlọ́run ayé kan para wọn sílùú yìí. UK ń gbóná. Mo ṣe wá rántí prophecy tí bàbá kan sọ pé UK má ẹ̀yin parent èmi náà sọ fáwọn tèmi nílé o, when you go out be very careful. UK is getting very very hot. 10 years lóyìnbó yẹn sọ fún mi. How it's becoming quicker is what I don't know. They are bitterly angry, both the Asian and the English. Our Africa ò tẹ̀ tí dá sí. Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Ṣẹ́gun ọ̀nà yìí náà confirm ẹ̀. Bishop Adesina clear so they are playing what was played during the Buhari. They are suing Tinubu just as we sue ICC. Ìfagbélékè UK ti lànà. Mo bẹ̀yìn èyí tẹ́ bá ní ọmọkùnrin nínú ilé ẹ má nǹkan dárìn mọ́, especially ní tẹ́ ń gbé ní gbogbo up north yẹn. Ó ń gbóná, ó ń yọ eruku. Wọ́n ní Manchester gbogbo ẹ̀ hot, ó hot lénìí. Àwọn tó ń gbé ní Manchester, Ìjáyà ṣó wà ń bẹ̀ brother mi. We carry go. So ẹ jẹ́ ká padà sórí ìrántí ọ̀dọ́ títí wa because ìrántí wa náà ń suffer. Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Bílò, mo rí question ní you asked if Mayegun is a betrayer. Mo ní olórí burúkú bomb bastard ni mo fi sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ mọ́ lálẹ́ yìí. but just maybe gbọ́ mi láti jọ́ tí mo ti ń sọ̀rọ̀, and I'm sure you've watched my video. Ọmọ àlè bomb bastard ni, is a betrayer, and olórí burúkú ni, and I won't say anything more than that. And I'm not here for anybody that watch him to agree with me. I care less. Mọ̀ mi rí, èmi náà mọ̀ yín rí. Mo kí ẹ Ìjáyà. Ṣé jẹ́ kí n lọ live lórí ká lọ live lórí Facebook o, the other one. Àmọ́ software yẹn ó crash, kò jẹ́ kí n gbádùn software yẹn, ṣé jẹ́ kí n run ilé. So ká tán ilé. So bó ṣe jẹ́ nìyẹn lórí ti ọmọ àlè Scotland yẹn. Olórí burúkú bomb bastard. So ẹ̀yin yẹn wá, Olóyè Ìgbòho ti ṣe iṣẹ́ tó pọ̀ fún wa. Àwa ni káwa máa wá give up níbi tọ́rọ̀ kù sí nísìn. We not the I need the other one. Chief tó ń pè ní Ìgbòho ṣá irúmọlẹ̀ tí Ọlọ́run fi kẹwa ní sáà yìí, because if you think that you will get somebody else anytime soon, for now, àìtí mọ̀, but àìtí rí any signal that there will be somebody else soon that will come and help Yoruba people. You will have to Emma Pada, sorry, I'm not going into all that again. So most of you have missed the back Pada, sorry, YouTube channel me. You will find what he has done. We don't want him to concentrate our focus. Energy me is to be for Yoruba nation, and I don't want, to be distracted. But hello, sorry, YouTube, you will find a thing with the report and everything. Right now, I was sent one of the recording that we had with Yaya Bello. I'm not going to put it in the public. Because I made the recording. And when I was listening to it again, I was just laughing. That was in 2021. Yaya Bello fúnra rẹ̀ gan ti kúrò lórí ìjọba, but is still a staunch, strong member of the Northern Caliphate. And this was when things were hot. Tẹ́ bá rántí nígbà tí wọ́n máa gbóúnjẹ wá sí Ìbàdàn, wọ́n ní gbóúnjẹ wá, they were all concerned and all that. So Igboho is not a message for the Yorubas. Message Igboho ti kọjá ọ̀rọ̀ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá nìkan. So ọmọ Yorùbá kọ̀ọ̀kan níbi tílẹ̀ ṣúdé lẹ́nìí kò lè ti sọ pé òun ò gbọ́ nípa Igboho àti tí Igboho ń jà fún. Ó wá yà mí lẹ́nu pé àwọn ọlọ́dẹ jáde, like I was listening to Arole and saying that àwọn support olóyè o because of òfin ò sọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Ṣé rí àwọn kan bẹ́ẹ̀ ó máa ń jẹ́ kó rí tèmi lánàá. But I understand, mo kí grandma Comfort Ológunjà, bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mo fẹ́ ìyẹn mo ṣe tètè mẹ́nu kúrò náà rẹ kí àwa ti move on. Sẹ́ni tó bá fẹ́ gbọ́ yẹn kẹ́ lọ sí ìta ti ṣe tẹ́lẹ̀ kẹ́ lọ gbọ́ yẹn. There's a lot of things on the ground right now. Our people are suffering. 50 people have been killed by Tinubu so far in this protest. Because the bulk of the message of who and who has been killed is for Tinubu. The question tonight, from what we've listened and heard from Baba Ogunribido, and as we continue our campaign and our quest for a peaceful dissolution out of a country called Nigeria, is who and who wants to come on board from the current politicians that will say, yes, I believe in Tenshi and it has to be done now. But we want to slow it down until Tinubu gives them the go ahead. And we cannot wait for that. A lè dúró bó dìgbà tí Tinubu bá satisfy conscience ká tó take the bull by the horn. And that is the reason why we are out on a daily basis trying to explain things in as much as basic Thank you so much. Peter Pan said the karma is slow but it's sure. Okay, how do we want to fix a country that has multiple phases of problems? Níbo la fẹ́ gbà fix it? Okay, kí la fẹ́ fix nínú Nigeria? Níbo la máa ti fix it? Give me the option. Where do we start? Okay, we change the electoral system. Okay. Oh, you change the constitution. They're not going to do all that. They are amending a constitution that nobody wrote, apart from what was given to them by the West. The whole direction of Nigeria today is not longer an internal problem. It's more of an external problem as well. Muki Baba mi waris Jinodo. I decided to bring my notes closer to me. Èmi náà lówó díẹ̀. 200 naira. Who controls the central bank? Mokidadiwa, Moses, Olaniran. All these traitors both in the past and now will surely regret. But the problem is, tó bá dọjọ́ wájú nísìnyí wọ́n máa bẹ̀bẹ̀. Wọ́n ní ká má bínú. Àwọn ọmọ pé bó ṣe fẹ́ rí nìyẹn. Mark Stevens said Nigeria can be fixed. There's no solution. Who controls the central bank of Nigeria? Muki Babami, Adeyemi, Adeniran, Aderemi, Mukenyi Ojogbon. And I know that there are Ojogbons that listen to this platform. In as much as, you know, this platform is extremely hot. Who controls the Central Bank of Nigeria? Hello, contraire. Who controls the Central Bank? Moki gbogbo alẹ́ kan sí i. Been a lot of comments. Moki gbogbo. Who controls it? Is Tinubu in charge of the central bank? We know we have the finance minister Wale Edun. We have the central bank Cardoso. But right now, who is in charge of the central bank? Why is Tinubu under pressure from the IMF? Bishop was talking about something that I have listened to before. The gas. Since the war broke out in Ukraine, the West have already drafted very quickly where to tap the gas from. And that is in the southwest and the east of Nigeria. What they did not plan is that Niger would lose their friendship. America thinks they are very strong and powerful, but they've left Niger military base with one of the biggest, if not in Africa, the biggest drone facilities ever been built at a huge cost. The whole Niger was to be used as a route to take resources and pull it from one end of Africa, known as the Southwest Africa in Nigeria, back to Europe. They are not our friends. Many people think that these individuals we are friends. They are not our friends, and they can never be our friends. And we are fighting multiple phases of problem. came across a video on YouTube. I want to go on to my history. We are all trapped in Nigeria, and we should not rely on Tinubu to come and save us, because òun fúnra rẹ̀ ò lè save rẹ̀. The CBN is just carrying out the IMF dictate in order to fulfill their financial obligation. The IMF controls our CBN. Before I go into that video I was watching, you right? Yeah. Let's give you this. China reject a $1 trillion housing rescue plan that was pitched by the IMF. China, wọ́n ní àwọn ọ̀gbà ntí IMF ń pitch fún on the $1 trillion housing rescue plan. Let's go and read a little bit. China, IMF. Rescue plan. The Chinese authorities have rejected a proposal made by the same criminals that have locked every one of us into the mess that we are in today, known as Nigeria. Tinubu ṣe gba $2.5 billion US. How many people is aware of that? Remember I told you that I would ask you all next year if the money that was given to Tinubu by the World Bank, bóyá Happy Sunday, gbogbo ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa. How many people remember that I said that Oshi the next year kí n tó béèrè lọ́wọ́ Tinubu? That is if subject to whatever Nigeria is right now. Baba Moses Olanironi, at the look of things presently, the country called Nigeria will be deleted from the map of the planet. And it should be so, but without so many things that will happen. I'm trying to not use some words. I'm trying to take them back in. Let's go back to China. The Chinese authorities have rejected a proposal made by the International Monetary Fund to use the central government funds to complete unfinished housing, dealing a blow to hopes for more forceful support to an industry that had been a major drag. So let's go to the economics times. China reject the IMF $1 trillion housing rescue plan. I'm sure the white boy will was in Nigeria and see. Tinubu will just endorse it and accept it. The invisible and visible power brokers are in charge. The people that we don't see. But they're looking at me and you. And they're saying, hey, let's rescue my Yoruba. You think that we are just fighting just ordinary people. Some of you think that, because we are sitting here, we're fighting a lot of people that are known as stakeholders in Nigeria. But in tó yàtọ̀ ni pé wọ́n mọ̀ pé in tó nílẹ̀ Yorùbá gangan are also out in their forces. And that is why people like us, some of people be wondering, how lè ṣe ní courage tó tó yìí? Ẹ̀kọ́ jáde, ẹ̀kọ́ máa sọ̀rọ̀ anyhow. Hey, love you, sweet dream. Some of you will be asking, báwo làwọn ọmọ yìí ṣe ní àyà? Kò ń ṣàwámọ̀. Àwọn tó nílẹ̀ wọn náà wọ́n fẹ́ gbalẹ̀. Wọ́n kò fi àwa ṣe vehicle tó ń drive ẹ̀. Ìyẹn la ṣe dúpẹ́ fún Olóyè Ìgbòho. because kò sí bá ṣe fẹ́ ṣe á ní dúpẹ́ fún. I wish Ìbà Gani Adams could stand firm and not stand behind, because ọba tó máa pàṣẹ fún wọn gan nísìnyí ti wàjà, so we are already trapped. Role tí ó yẹ kí Ìbà máa play, tí ó yẹ ká máa wò níwájú pé yes ká tẹ̀lé wọn lẹ́yìn, kò ń ṣe mú ẹgbẹ́ OPC nìkan ló máa tẹ̀lé wọn, gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá ló máa tẹ̀lé wọn, but he's more interested in ọ̀rọ̀ à ń lọ òde kọ́ ló kàn mí sìn. We should sit down and think about the future of who we want to fight, because we're going to fight different forces. Igbo wà lára wọn tó fi bá wa jà, whether we like it or not. Hausa wà lára wọn, Fulani wà lára wọn, Chinese wà lára wọn, Asian country wà lára wọn, àwọn West wà lára wọn. But because in narrative tó ń play fẹ́yìn ni pé ṣẹ́ra àwọn yẹn àwọn yẹn gangan ni àwa bẹ́ẹ̀ ni kẹ́kẹ́ kùs àwa lọ́wọ́ ń pè ní public enemy against the àwọn, because they're very powerful. Like I said in the broadcast this morning, Tinubu is tired, but it is too late. I could tell from the body language. The IMF called on China to deploy one-off fiscal resources to complete and deliver pre-sold properties or compensate home buyers. According to an annual review of its economy published on Friday, Deloitte, it put the cost at 5.5% of the GDP for over 4 years. That would amount to almost $1 trillion based on the last year GDP, according to the Bloomberg calculation. We should continue to apply market-based and rule of law principles in completing and delivering this unit, said Zhang Zhangxin, the IMF Executive Director of China. Do you know that your current British commissioner was also a member and a worker with IMF? The whole agenda of the globalists is to make sure that Baba ṣe ń sọ fún yín kó má yé yín. Tàbá ti gbé wá pé bàbá kí tó yẹ sọ pé no báyìí ní ká gbà, ẹ̀yin máa sọ pé no ọ̀nà yẹn kọ́ la máa gbà. And because it's been a very long week, let me use the remaining little time that we have. We've done 3 hours and I don't think we should go further than that, and it's already midnight. And this is the second program of the day anyway, apart from the one that we're doing with the team. And we appreciate everyone that are listening. Some are confused. Koiki, well, about the Bitan law, you'll be the same set of people. Maybe that is what you're thinking. Babakitoye said that the reason why you have not enjoyed Nigeria of your dream is because of the civil service, which is what we should have treated this week. But the fact that a lot of things were playing out, the protest is out. I personally endorse the protest. And if any Yoruba say, I want to endorse protesting, I ask you again, how do you think you want to really move forward? We are dealing with the multiple faces of evil globalists that wants to rewrite history as they've done for a very long time after all the slave trade. So let's just read it one more time to close the Sunday week of this discussion of we shall build an incorruptible civil service. Why do we have corrupt civil service in Nigeria today? When people complete their tenure of 30 years of working, 35, less than that, and they're meant to be going into a retirement, and they're expecting to be paid by the government from the state level to the federal level, and they refuse to pay them. So A civil servant is already calculating how much he needs to steal and keep and hold so that when they retire, they have a place to live, they have a home, they have income, and all the projects they are going to execute to support whatever agenda of the government to fulfill to the public has not been done. And that is the reason why every part of Nigeria today is struggling, because you have one of the most corruptible public civil service. Let's read quickly because I believe I couldn't. My manual is downstairs. I'm going to read it from the computer, and it's coming up to 20 minutes past to midnight. Same time with Nigeria. Tomorrow will be very much strong than the last 4 days. I've been following the online thread. Tomorrow they want to occupy Abuja. I pray they do so and move straight into the Senate as quickly as possible and shut down everywhere. If they shut down Abuja, we'll shut down Nigeria temporarily. And you will not be worried too much about your Lagos anyway. Because Tinubu batili jadi nínú Aso Rock, and those young people that you see running around the street across Abuja and the northern part, I pray that they have more spirit that will be able to be used to shut down Abuja for the crime of those that have been killed so far. 50 innocent lives Tinubu have killed in the last 4 days. And don't come and defend him, because you will not win the case of Tinubu. Remember, this platform is only for self-determination. Whatever your feelings for Nigeria, Nigeria died in 2014 after the 100 years project. Many of you have done project one way or the other, whether you were building a house, whether you wanted to get married, whatever project that you have done in your lifetime. The British created a project called Nigeria and it expired. But the gullible Nigerians want to renew the project and then force the indigenous people that have now come out and say, okay, you want Nigeria, but Nigeria was a project. The British government and the British monarchy system cannot tell lies. Was Nigeria meant to have gone over 100 years? She wanted Nigeria to go 100 years. Why then do we want to save something that died in 2014? It still baffles some of us. It was a project. The project expired. This project failed every single one of us, from top to bottom, from the sport to the economy, to the security, to the welfare. Let it go. Oh, okay, sorry. Advert. It's an advert from the website Moshilenko. Sorry for that. You might see me as one man that wants to destroy Nigeria. Nigeria was destroyed since the British came into the country. Prior, before it was Nigeria, it was destroyed. Because why? They stole our true identity. So don't come and defend what is not defendable. You might not like the way we present it, maybe because it's not your taste bud. Oh, it is like that, it's like that. But these people use weapons to take many lives. So if they're telling you about democracy today, there's no democracy, because everything they use was on violence. And I'm just gonna, it was on violence. They did nothing out of, it was all violent. I've just picked up, I keep papers, you know, as journalist. And this was the Metro of the 2nd of May, right? You can all see it. Headline, double tragedy of Samori killing, our fresh sorrow. Remember that young, I keep people like that because Ogowalele talk Basibiba. He was killed here in UK. That is meant to be a safe haven for me and you. Talon your mind. I'm sure some of us have forgotten, but the mother will not because he had to be rántí kò lè gbàgbé. But since the power call la bí, ṣe rántí ọmọ tó ń lọ sí school tí bọ̀bọ̀ kan tó gbé sword tó sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ di King Kong. Remember him? He was killed. He's a Nigerian. So nowhere is safe. But what we are saying is that Daniel Anjorin, who died in a Samoria sword, we are living in a very, very tough time. And our heart must be strong to survive and cross the orders. If not, we're going nowhere. You will enjoy the program because I'm shouting. You will enjoy others. But the true picture is that we must not say to the people on the street of Abuja, Kano, Jigawa, if they want to do anything to survive within the next few days to bring down the government, so be it. Everyone has been tortured, and they have the right under the fraudulent constitution to protest, and nothing like free, peaceful protest. Protest will turn to anarchy. From anarchy, it will be violent. But it is up to the police in Europe not to release a live ammunition. What I've witnessed in the UK in the last couple of days, no one has died so far. Why? Oh, they are civilized than us. No, they are not civilized. That is the kind of training given to the police in Europe. But the police in Africa, they are not giving them that kind of training. They are trained to kill. And that's exactly what they've done in the last 4 days, where innocent Nigerians have been killed. And you want me to come and sit here and say, oh, because Tinubu is a Yoruba man, they're going to bring down his government. So be it. I don't pray for the peace of that government, because Tinubu was part of the government before it took over. So don't come and make Tinubu as a mini god lórí wa. Gbogbo tó lè fàjọba ẹ̀yà pátá lèmi gbàdúrà fún. And I hope you are praying the same thing, so that way we will go separately. But Koiki did not say the military will take over. There will be more bloodshed. But why do we love blood? Konshawala love blood. These evil globalists want blood to spill more in Africa than in Europe. The only blood I saw so far is somebody was punched in the nose and blood was gushing out. I have not seen the police in the UK release one ammunition. Kí ló wá dé tó jẹ́ pé lọ́dọ̀ tiwa wọ́n ti pa 50 innocent Nigerians, and you want me, because Tinubu is a Yoruba man, you are all born bastard, like I always say, for supporting that mad druggie. Don't blame Tinubu, because he knew that there was nothing to offer us. So he wants us to be dragged with him with the sinking ship, like I said this morning, because we're still Sunday, the 4th of August 2024. My name is OLAYOMI KOIKI. Igboho is not the public enemy. Babakito is not the public enemy. Gbogbo Yoruba, we are not the public enemy. The real public enemy is those institutions that amalgamated Nigeria. Why should I listen to all these old men in the Senate of America because Nigeria must break? Báwo ni tí wọ́n ṣe jẹ́? Ta làwọn? Oh, ta làwọn? Àwọn lọ́ni ilẹ̀ yẹn ni. Oh, go and talk to one old man in the Senate as a Republican that we want to break away from Nigeria. Ta làwọn? Who are they? How did somebody in the Senate in America knows that Ijebu-Ode is not America? Are we we are only doing all that because it's just part of what the nonsense globalists created in the first place. All these old men, some of them doesn't even know where my own village is in my own local government, but we want to go and talk to them because they're part of the globalists. And you know what? They think they own every one of us. Who gave America the power to be a police around the world, including Yoruba land? Ta ló fún wọn ní power yẹn? Ṣé àwọn rómọlẹ̀ ló gbé agbára lé wọn lọ́wọ́ pé ẹ̀yin lẹ máa bá wa pólíìsì ilẹ̀ Yorùbá? Why are we thinking like them when we are not them? We are far better than them. So you want me to not listen to Babakitoye, but I'll go and listen to one American president that will say, no, we can't break Nigeria now because we have our interest in Nigeria. No, must have interest in Yoruba people, and we will have to write a new MOU on the trade route between us and you. If not, we stop every goddamn gas pipeline from Ondo State when the time comes. And if my big gas jáde láti Ondo, and we have Ondo people here, and I sell Ondo community, they are celebrating in London. Ijebu people will celebrate, Ekiti will celebrate, yet across our villages, our people don't have the gas, they don't have the crude oil, they don't have the farm, because what kind of madness are we living? And we are going to die anyway. So why not take it down altogether so that the next generation will not go through what we are going through right now? But a lot of you have sentiment with Tinubu because what? This is not what I really want to talk. Let me go to the history of May 2nd, which was almost a day before I was celebrating my bad anniversary as well. And this is today in history. Let's just read and see what that day was like in the history. 1519, 1519. You see Yoruba, educated, illiterate. That's why you are criminals that wants to remain in Nigeria and still under the civil service, which is what I'm still looking for here. If you have civil service, if you have ton our ọmọ Yoruba, kí gbogbo wa lè máa suffer, so that I can be sending about 10,000. Yeah, you know, you send money to people that will be praying as if you give them 1 million, but the real people that steal millions cannot even release. I told all the criminal politicians from Fayose, Fayemi, Saraki, all these bunk, and don't stop telling me, oh, stop cursing them. I'm not cursing Nigerians anymore, like my mom said. But all your politicians are bomb bastard. Oh, if you come to Nigeria, they will take you. No, by the time I come to Nigeria, there will be no more Nigeria, okay? Because the North are destroying Nigeria on our head while the Yorubas are sleeping because we're all stupid and idiots. You think the North cares about Nigeria? Koiki, imagine they damage Lagos, so at least it's not Lagos they're damaging right now. Take everything down and they were in the North. And that way they'll pull down the government, and Tinubu and our senator will come back home, and that will be the end of Nigeria, which is my prayer. Chase every one of them out of Abuja and take over your Abuja and cut off out the west, the southwest rather. Cut you out completely. We don't want to be part of your mess, your rubbish country you want to call Nigeria. Just cut us out. But don't think, hey Koiki, shut up, you can't stay there. The military will do. There will be guerrilla warfare. Nobody in the history of the world have defeated people that are fighting guerrilla warfare to defend the territory that doesn't belong to them. They can kill themselves in the north, but we will protect our loved ones in the southwest. It will be brutal, it will be painful, but the stupid globalists, that is exactly what they want to play out. And this is why we're saying to our politician, must he get to that stage? And if you think that, hey, you're all just talking on the social media, it has already started already. Can't you see that the northern youths are running? They are breaking the whole street and removing stones out of it, like David and Goliath. Keke Okuskilo so Yoruba needs to understand and do research on the globalist agenda. One needs to research, but they want to find out how much Koiki is making on Yoruba nation. Idiot. 1519 1519. Do we have Nigeria in 1519? Yes, we have it. No, we don't have it. I want to read the comment. 1519. Do we have the word? That word, Nigeria, that was written, proclaimed on us, and we accepted that nonsense and that jagbajantis. Tibatin will scream bẹ́ẹ̀ mo ní láti kà síta olórí burúkú kan mo fi yọ kúrò ẹ̀yẹ máa wòran tí ẹ̀yẹ máa wọ̀rí. Tibatin ranjú wo scream bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ̀yẹ mo fẹ́ yọ̀yàn kan kúrò ní olórí burúkú tí kò jẹ́ kó wà láàrin wọn olóṣì tí bàbá ò ní ṣoríire ìwọ ló máa prevail Nigeria one bastard àwọn tó bí ò ní jèrè ẹ̀. Igbo ni ẹni, Yoruba ni ẹni, Hausa ni ẹni, Fulani ni ẹni, Shekiri ni ẹni, Christian ni ẹni, Muslim ni ẹni, babaláwo ò ní ṣoríire tó fi sọ pé Nigeria will prevail. Tribalism has failed, bomb bastard. It will not prevail. It's going down. We will end Nigeria by fire, by force educating Nigerians. Because the British created the project, Nigeria, and it is for us to destroy that project. You might say we are 3,000 miles. Yes, that is the new war. People are sitting somewhere and they are hacking the UK government. They don't have to come here. North Korea continue to hack them. We lost so much. So I might sit here, my words will wake the spirit of the true Yoruba people that will fight and defend that land. Thank you so much. 60 angels said there was no Nigeria in 1519. So how do we then want to save something that was not in existence in 1519? Did your father created it? Did your great-great-grandfather created it? I say to us, go back and trace your own family roots. So 1519, there was a guy called Leonardo da Vinci. Is an Italian artist and a man of science, died at the age of 67. As at that time, Yoruba people also have a lot of history But where are those history on a daily every day? Ó jẹ́ kó máa fún wa ní history Yorùbá. Nǹkan kan báyìí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ nígbà báyìí, nǹkan báyìí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ ní May bá ṣe wà ní 4th of August. We must be reminded of what took place during that era. Oníbàjẹ́ fún ẹ Azeez Gbadesere easy. 1933, they already created the monster called Nigeria. But you know the British think they were smart. They created Nigeria and they did not hand over Nigeria to us. So they were still managing Nigeria for about 40 years plus before the fraudulent fake independence. We were given regional government. Who told you that? How do you know that? The one you read in the paper. So when they were giving and handing over, did they hand over to Baba Olowo? Or did they hand over to Zik? Ṣé wọ́n hand over Nigeria lé wọn lọ́wọ́, or they just gave it to the northerners and tell them make sure you control the military, which is exactly what is playing out today. 1933, the Loch Ness Monster legend was born as an Inverness courier reported an enormous animal rolling and plunging on the surface. 1953, just about 7 years before the fake independence in 1960. Sir Stanley Matthew, at the age of 38, won his first FA Cup winners medal as Blackpool beat Bolton. I'm sure Yoruba team play football in that era as well. Where is all our shooting star, all our beautiful sport? We still have one or two of them, but Ekokoloma Shogun get to join in any sport. How can you want to go to be part of a country sporting men or women? Ekokolo sort of babalawo. It's because we have been merged into multiple countries. So you want to compete with the Igbos, the Hausas, and the rest, when we should be competing with each other. And the best will be taken for the Olympic. And every sport, like Yoruba ma ṣe nínú Olympic. Àwa wà níbi àfigbá bọ́ọ̀lù ẹ̀kọ́kọ́ máa lọ sin gbẹ́rẹ́ sẹ́sẹ̀. But everybody knows what I'm talking about. Even for those that are going to represent Nigeria as the supporter club, while some of them use it to run away from Nigeria as far back as in the 80s. I know I will find one of the history where every day they tell you something that leads to fighting. There has been war ever since mankind has been born. Ogun la máa jà tá máa fi kú. Ogun nìyẹn máa jà. Ogun wa pé oríṣiríṣi. Ilé ayé gan ilé ogun ni. Ọlọ́run níjà arógun, ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ ogun la mọ̀. Ogun dẹ̀ lè ń jà lójoojúmọ́, and many of you, your pocket continue to get dry. You don't know the reason why you are poor, especially with the diaspora. Ogun ló ń bá wa jà ni. Àwọn diaspora, ogun ló ń bá wa jà nílé. We should live life to the fullest, because nobody knows when that life will go. But rather, we're fighting. Ẹlòmíì sá ògùn sẹ́yìn lòmíì tí kò mọ̀ pé kò níwèé. Òun dẹ̀ wà lórí ilẹ̀ tó ní nǹkan tó jẹ́ mùdùmúdùn. Ẹni tó wà lábúròdò mọ̀, ẹni tó wà nílé ò mọ̀, àwa sọnù bí òkò, àwa ń wá tó sọnù. We are all lost. And that's why we have to revive who we are, because we are lost. Mo ń lo ta ló mọ àbèrè. Ta ló mọ tán pè lábèrè. My mom gave me some few àbèrè. I love it. Very bitter. But iṣẹ́ tó ń ṣe lára ó ju paracetamol lọ àti ibuprofen. How do we convert that to $1 million? No, did I say million? $1 trillion medicinal use. Especially our time jẹjẹkújẹ nílùú òyìnbó jẹ́ pé gbogbo nǹkan lọ́ti kò sí nǹkan tó jẹ yà omi gan sef wọ́n ti dà tó bá careful gan wàá máa mu omi tó jẹ́ pé ṣúgà ló mu. And each day I take it, I go to the toilet and I feel that something has left this body that is consuming toxic on a daily basis in this country. And one bastard tell me to shut up. We are in a broken. Idiot all over the place. Nígbà tá a ti sọnù. Ṣèbí tí ẹni tó bá mọ rẹ̀ ló máa sọ pé èèyàn báyìí ni wá. Lost generation all over the place. Tẹ́ bá mọ̀ tán pè lábẹ́rẹ́ ẹ lọ ránṣẹ́ sílé pé kó bá yín send ẹ̀ wá ẹ̀yin diaspora. Kẹ́ máa mú díẹ̀ ẹ̀ríṣẹ́ tó máa toxic máa jáde lára yín. Àkànjẹ́ oríṣiríṣi jẹ́ àwọn tó fi produce ẹ̀ lọ́mọ yẹn kọ́ para wọn dànù tó ń ṣàwà. Wọ́n wá gbé GMO wá sí Africa, wọ́n wá jù sí South West. Tinubu wá dákẹ́, èèyàn kan wá ní ká endorse Tinubu. Orí yóò pè. Kẹ́yìn ọmọ pé Tinubu àti Dangote àti Microsoft lọ́jọ́ ṣe ọ̀rọ̀ GMO tí wọ́n ń kó wọlé nísìn. Àgbàdo GMO, kìíní kan GMO. And Yoruba people are excited all over the place. And even power. We have a Greek institution across Ibadan abandoned. No money to support it. Research center, you know, pé tó bá wọnú ẹ̀, ó yẹ kó máa tutù, kó máa wà conducive. Many things we should be protecting for the next 1,000 years. Preserve. Eléyìí, kó má ba go into, you know, nílé ẹ tọ́jú ẹ̀ síìdì yẹn ẹ lock ẹ̀ pa. Tó bá wà flooded ìwé ẹ̀ gan, á wà lock. Gbogbo yẹn àṣẹ yẹn, àṣìwà níbi, á wà níbi jàgbàyàtì, yògbòyògbò. Gbogbo research center completely destroyed because the North cares less about whether you save your life or you don't save your life. That is why they're going to take down Nigeria if we refuse to take it down. Wọ́n máa gbá Nigeria wálẹ̀. Occupy Abuja from tomorrow. Go out and occupy Abuja. They will shoot guns, there's no doubt. They almost killed very dark man. Gbogbo wọn yẹn ṣì ń ṣe kíni, wọ́n ṣì ń ṣe ọmọlúwàbí ni. I can imagine people like Dark Man, the Daddy of Jew, when they're off the camera, what they are discussing is worse than what I am saying here. If you require I am live, that's why you are, look at this boy, he wants to do. Look, many Nigerians, waiting that they talk when they are off, no camera, is worse than what I am saying here. But I know that is the end game. They are watching, everybody knows. Everybody just the pan, they make something. Don't tell me they're going to steal. Shut up. I saw English people, no shame. They say they are fighting foreigners. Then they go inside people's shop, they steal. English people. You know, not see the video. You guys say, Koiki, they're gonna steal. Oh, I don't want them to break our shop. Oh. Okay. They play. English people. Oyibo people. Oyibo pepe, luku. You remember that song? Oyibo pepe, luku pepe. If you go London, let me greet my mama where they sell a cup. Is that the patriotism of what they are meant to be doing? Stealing from the people? They're calling people takis, but they're going into their shop and stealing from them. And you say there's no war coming here. Almost everywhere go hot as the world energy is changing. The only difference is the Africa one will be worst. 7 days non-stop, the police are completely stretched out. Spread across every part of Abuja and spread them out. They don't have the resources. Let the soldier come out, they don't have the resources. The whole soldier in Nigeria is 500,000. Let the whole 36 states goes very hot. They cannot control anything. The people controls it. Abirisi is known as Ontario Umbellata. Very good. If you take her, look, before I go to bed now, I will still go downstairs. put a little bit in my mouth, go to bed. Tomorrow morning I go toilet, all the thing where I don't eat, where dissolve everything. We have all these, but Oyinbo will now say, no, don't take abiri. No, don't take abiri. Whatever you need, we have it. No, we own it. We have them. Now, 1982, British and Argentina almost went to war. If not, war said don't happen. How many people remember Falkland? You don't go know now. Falkland Island. You know now. Ṣé ká lọ sórí Google ká mú research ni. Mo ní ogun nìyẹn máa ń jà láti fi gbalẹ̀ lẹ̀. Ogun là ń jà lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí. Ogun àkọlùbọ́n níbí báyìí ni. À ń lo ẹnu wa. Ẹ̀yin comment, èmi ń sọ̀rọ̀. Ẹ̀yin náà ń wò pé Koiki ó yá bó ṣe ń lọ yẹn. Ó yá jù síbẹ̀ yẹn kébì náà gbà sí padà. But Yoruba people think, Ọlọ́run ẹ̀yin ṣe lọ ń gbàdúrà ogun, Ọlọ́run má jà ogun ìdílé o, ogun àkóbá àdábá, a ṣe ń gbàdúrà yẹn. So ẹ̀yin ò mọ̀ pé ogun wà. We are at war. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, this man, Falkland agent, it was Margaret Thatcher that was in the power then. Where is Margaret Thatcher today? People think they own this world. The globalists think that they own this world. The only person that owns the world is the God of whatever your faith and your belief system is. Whether it's the God of the Messiah, the God of Joshua, whatever it is, the God of the Bangladesh, the God of the Yorubas, it is only them that own the world. The globalist does not own it. But they are evil people that wants to destroy before everybody goes. That's why they are pushing for war. Do we really need to fight war? No. So come and sit there and say, hey, we not go. Look, the Northerners are waiting for war. They are prepared for war. War, W-A-R, Ogun. So on the May 2nd this year in history, 1982 precisely, the Argentina crosser General Belgrano was sunk by the British submarine. Britain, kíni kan wọ́n máa ń jagun ní ajagun ta ni wọ́n. That's why they created this first country for me and you. And you are now saying, oh, we are not going to fight, but we only be fighting on the social media. No. The Northerners are already prepared for war. It is entirely up to us to either come out of it quickly or part of us will sink with it. Not all of us, because we know that 2,224 people were on the RMS Titanic. 1,500 people died. Multiply that in millions in today's history of Nigeria. You think it might not happen, but we can witness it. Tomorrow, occupy Abuja. Occupy Abuja. Chase Tinubu out. Lock him inside Abuja. Flood inside Asoro. They will shoot. But millions go there. Well, listen. I know you are talking about it, but it is me that you want to use as your scapegoat. When some of you, that is exactly what you are discussing. The Igbos are discussing that. The Hausa, the Yoruba, how we go take over Tinubu so that we can satisfy Koiki mission and we can go and bring one Nigeria back. You know, go better for you now. That is the end game. If you like, yeah. If you don't like, make it no yeah. The day where you now push Tinubu out, that day Nigeria don't kapatu. Whatever that means to you. Nobody will save Nigeria anymore. It has been a disaster for every single innocent Nigerians. It is a disaster that must never be witnessed in the world again, and like somebody say, must be wiped out from the map of the world as quickly as possible, so that everybody can go and bear their father's name. save Nigeria because you still want to be making money. Ẹ bá wa lẹ́nu ẹ̀, ọba ni Jésù bẹ́ẹ̀. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀ tẹ́ ń bẹ ní gbogbo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ní province. Kò sí ìjayà. Mo ní Amẹ́ríkà Margaret Thatcher dàlẹ́ni. Ṣé kò ṣẹyẹ? Where is Margaret Thatcher today? People will go and come. A new breed of generation is what we are. And that's why you can't compare us, with anybody, because we are just a new breed of generation that we no go gree. So the British, the Argentina cruiser general Belgrano, Belgrano, was sunk by the British submarine. They push on massive. Oh, I won't know me. You know how many people go fun die inside that ship? Nothing concern Britain. Now war. In war, you close your eyes and you attack your enemies. Enemy they come. Fulani they attack us. You say, hey, yeah, do video and send to Koikimedia. Let Koiki talk about it. The enemies they attack now. They wait for Tinubu no get anything to offer anybody. Tinubu. When I see him in London, I will tell him the same thing. Break up Nigeria, Mr. President. It will be for your own interest now. If not, they will kill you. I will tell him that to his face. I'm waiting for his official visit to UK anytime soon. I will tell him that. I told Boris Johnson. I remember that my interview with Boris Johnson. Where is Boris Johnson today now? So most of you are waiting for this to survive. Abi, as 4 hours I will end the program. You're waiting for this shit hole currency to survive. I don't know if anything from a low Kuda. There's no value on this currency. That is what Nigerians are waiting for. Some of you want to be like e-money. So that you're gonna drop Bailey. Abi. You want to be like $10. The Dangotes. Oh, that one where they sing, not the video. You to look to know Milara John Don Jazzy. So you go be inside one Range Rover, inside air condition. Because people like that, Don Jazzy cannot sleep without air condition. With that is big stomach. It needs to be in air condition 24/7. That is the way every one of us should be living, like Don Jazzy. You don't have people. You think people where they Dubai they get money? They don't get money. But every household, they don't bond the landlord well. No put air condition before you rent it out. So so when you now see somebody like John Jazzy, oh yeah, I'm doing giveaway. I have 1 million to share. After they make so much money with the traffic of the clickbait and the whatever they are doing, they will not take 1 million out and say, oh yeah, but you must. Why must they tell you to follow a page before they pay you? Does the British government ask me to follow a page before they pay my children 50,000 naira equivalent every week at £26.95? That is what my children are getting a day. So the British government will now say, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Before we give you £26, oh yeah, follow this link. That is exactly what they tell you guys to do. Even Davido does that. Can you follow this link now? I will drop 1 million for 100 people. I want to empower people. Does people empower people? No. You know how much diaspora are impute to empower their loved ones at home with no energy. Let me take this one off now. Let me take, you know me, I like practical before we go. You know my practical means that is the way you are living in that your nonsense Olori Buruku country for the last 63 years. But people like Don Jazzy, they live in the light with solar panel. I don't know whether the copter generator, but the average afraid Nigerians, look at them watching me right now, in darkness for 63 years. That is how you are living. So now you want to now read without your phone. Did they tell you that the phone touchlight is for you to be reading book? Idiot. You not turn that your palasa phone. If I dare try to read anything right now, these eyes will be destroyed today, not tomorrow. Lantern. Àtẹ̀dúpẹ́ pé lantern ni rechargeable ti wà nísìn. Ẹlòmíràn tan lantern ibi táwọn ọmọ ti ń sùn tó ti jarun pákó fẹsẹ̀ gbá ni gbága ilé akọ explode ni. Many people have died a death that should never have died. Fire disaster happen here. Shit happen here. But this is your Nigeria for 63 years. Ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yorùbá, lifetime gbélélé. And you now expect somebody like us. Ara tí ní ní báyìí bí ṣe paná yìí. Láì sọ pé èèyàn fẹ́ tí bá fẹ́ sùn tí bá fẹ́ sùn, you know the one I will use. Oh bastard. It's called the sideline. And it also has the reduce. I don't want it too light, you know. When we do jiggy jiggy, most of it they do jiggy jiggy with no light. How you know they say the thing where you know they put inside about things jiggy jiggy. Báwo lẹ ṣe máa ń rí bẹ́ẹ̀ nínú òru yẹn náà ẹ máa struggle. Oh yeah. Wọ́n á fi àjẹ́ wá. Politician wa ni ẹ má jáde protest o, ẹ má dá Koiki lóhùn o, ó fẹ́ dá Nàìjíríà rú. British destroy Nigeria for over 100 years of the fake country given to every one of us to go and be managing. Exactly 22 minutes past midnight. Our pain. And you now think you're going to survive with this currency, this shit or money that has been devalued to the extent that when people say they want to buy, most of you talk about bag of rice. I keep wondering, why are you talking about bag of rice? Have you talked about tube of yam? Yeah, a bag of rice is 85,000. How many of you feel buy bag of rice before safe? A bag of rice is 85. Stop talking about. Go and buy tube of yam to start with. I was listening to Yoruba Way. I'm sure many of you will follow as well. Baba kan wá náà ń fi 5,000 jẹun. Multiply that by 30 days. Èmi gan tí mo jágbàlagbà mo gbọ́dọ̀ máa ra oúnjẹ jẹ níta lójoojúmọ́. As I did this country, even though with all your support that we love, I should not be spending. Let me give you another. You know I like break, and I'll show you tomorrow, God willing. Kolon ko showa dola. My wife was very, you know, she went, you know, women and men. You know why? I went to open 2 tuna. I'm gonna do tuna sandwich. And for me, I thought after I opened this one small one, that maybe it's not enough. Later the ones of, and I realized that yes, ó ti pọ̀jù tí mo ṣí lóòótọ́. Èmi bá tún lọ ṣí, mo ṣí kékeré kan, bá tún lọ ṣí ńlá. Àwọn yẹn gbogbo tó jẹ ojú sáìsì méjì lọ. Bí àwọn mi ṣe wá ní pé kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? Pé túnà méjì la ṣe ni mo ní kí ló dé? Mo ní tó ti pọ̀jù ni. Ó ló pọ̀. Later lèmi náà wá realize pé ó pọ̀ lóòótọ́ o. Kí ni mo ṣí méjì fún gan? But you know the good thing about it is that it's in the fridge. And it can last at least another week. Àti tún jẹ́ náà láàárọ̀ yìí, bó ṣe kù. Ondo State lómi, mọ́mí mi wà ń bíbá ẹni sí ìyá mi Comfort Ológunjà àti gbogbo àwọn ọmọ Ondo. Ondo ló yẹ kó máa supply gbogbo ẹja tá a máa jẹ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá. Àwa ń gbẹja wá láti Dublin Island. Àwọn island wa ń sọ fún àwọn foreigner pé ká f word àwọn ò fẹ́ rí wa lórílẹ̀ wọn. Àwọn ẹja tí wọ́n dẹ̀ ń ṣe ní island tó ti fi sínú freezing position tó ti freeze ẹ̀ pa àwọn ẹja Titus tẹ̀ ń jẹ yẹn. Àbí kí n gba etí ẹ̀ olùpọ̀dọ̀ yìí ló ti ń wá ni. Dublin ló ti ń kó wá. Mo lẹ́ni tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ ní Àpápá àwọn ó wà lára àwọn boy ní ọkùnrin ṣe tí bá ní ó ṣiṣẹ́ boy àwọn boy lórí títì Àpápá. January was the last day he worked in Àpápá port and people will be here saying we own Lagos, we own Lagos, we don't want Igbo to own Lagos. He worked last in Àpápá in January, we are in August. Ó padà sábúlé ni. Ẹja tó ń pọ̀ lè gbé ó ní kódà ó ti di problem báyìí because of the exchange rate. Àwa dẹ̀ la lomi l'Ondo state ẹja ṣàn síbẹ̀ tó o bá tẹ̀ sí níbẹ̀ ìjà ni máa produce ẹja nínú bẹ̀ ó yá ẹ̀dá fídì síbẹ̀ ẹ̀dá àwọn ẹja kéékèèké síbẹ̀. Ìlú yìí ni mo mọ̀ pé tó bá lọ ọ̀ǹtì I don't do it but I'm sure some of you that goes and catch fish tó bá ti mẹ́ja yẹn wà tó dá padà síbẹ̀. Sometimes I ask kí wàá ní gbogbo ilé ìtẹ̀ wá ń ṣe wọ́n náà fi ń pleasure ni tó bá ti mú ẹja yẹn wà tó dá padà sínú omi. Ẹ̀yin ọ̀tẹ̀ rẹ̀ ẹja mú ẹ̀yin ń jìyà àwa náà ń jìyà ara tiwa kò wà comfortable. You think that some of us, I don't know about others, I am not happy that most of you will say we need 5,000, we need 10,000, we need 20,000. Mọ́mí wa kan ọrọ̀ ìjọ tó jẹ́ pé àánú mi ṣe wọ́n. Mo sọ fún wọn pé mọ́mí ṣe rí ní Nàìjíríà lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ èmi gan family mi tó wà ń bẹ̀ kódà ẹlẹ́bí púpọ̀ ní mi. I wish I have other ways but like Tinubu there is no other way. The only way now is for every one of us to pull together and call it enough is enough. But Yoruba people are still, Koiki, no. We will be given one excuse or the other, even in darkness. Imagine somebody will not get light. It is only in Nigeria now that people are in band A and they are saying, make them take the light. Because everything is not regulated. If you regulate it properly, people will only pay what is due for them. They put people band A, band D, band E. A very nonsense, jagbajantis country. Don't put in Nigeria. And it is coming to an end. And the end will be painful. The end of Nigeria will be painful. But the crossover, like we do on the Christmas day, for those of you that believe in the crossover, because Chinese doesn't believe in that day. The Yoruba has their own calendar day until the British say, no, don't use that one. That one is for tradition. Use this, our own official calendar. And now realize why Chinese celebrate New Year as different from others. Because they want to maintain their culture and who they are. But since we are already polluted people. And to slow it down, people are saying, no, let's just enjoy life. Oh yeah, the video. Assurance. And one at a time, we are all gonna die. And we will now live. So you want my own children to come and be sitting on the screen? Yeah, where my father stopped. Oh yeah, maybe we'll start again. No, we are not for that. We want it to end together. And let me still the light on, because for now, I am feeling uncomfortable. You see, just one light. You see how that one bright. They can now put the one with them on top, Joe. It will cost light. It's not free. So, Moki Bubualen can say, as usual, you know me. Nothing stopped the movement. I couldn't quickly find, and I'll do that now because I still want to read it. that's a rich man. They're taking it to the airport. One Bologolos airport. A rich man. We're taking it to the airport. Dumb bastards. Intimidation everywhere. The journalists, they talk to somebody slap the person. Come on, our country. And you expect that diaspora will come and live a bit of 2 months and they'll run away. But don't expect them to live forever in that contraction. So let's just read. Yeah. We shall achieve a corruption-free public service. In Nigeria political life, the elected public official often... I gotta switch on the light. I'm not comfortable. Nigeria. In Nigerian political life, the elected official often regards and holds his elective office as his personal property. They hold that position as if now the personal property, whereas it's meant to be for the state or the federal. The reason quite often is that in Nigeria, one spends enormous amount of money to get elected to any public office. That's why Tinubu say he's not in control of any cabal. But he didn't tell us why Sultan of Sokoto dictate to him. He will not listen to Ooni of Ife, but I'm going to listen to Sultan of Sokoto. Idiots. It is money, money, money. All the way. Large nomination fee to one's party. I'll take that again. It is money, money, money all the way. Large nomination fees to one's party. Large bribes to one's party leaders. Competitive bribes for buying voters at the nomination caucus. Atiku, criminal. Peter Obi, Bombasta, they're all the same. It's not much different between them. Other security agency officials deployed to election duties, anticipatory bribes to election tribunal judges, and then some large bags of money from which one's closest associates will buy the voters, which you are one of them. You better not take that. National Koikimedia. Even there's no election, Tinubu released 6 billion from what we heard to pump to Southwest so that nobody come and protest against him. I might call it our Yoruba land and Yoruba people have sentiment. Somebody with Dangote give $100 million. Dangote $100 million from over 5,000. Oh yeah. I might call it our Yoruba protest against Tinubu. Rigging. Nothing is working. And nothing will ever work. And that is why Senator Mantu, I will treat this topic hopefully this week because I'm not too satisfied because this week we've not done much, but we'll see how it goes. We're going into the week 11. That is why Senator Mantu said here to Maokwe, we give bribe. Enter our Lord Facebook and Igbo into Mofe Play, but the rest of the broadcast will listen to it. It's loading.
Senator Mantu, can I just quickly clarify? Did I hear you say that you helped rig elections before now?
Let me tell you one thing. Yes, I did, because I'm now confessing the truth. Look, what do I mean? I don't have to go and change elections. But you know, when you provide money, you give money to INEC boys to help you if they see any chance that they should favor you. You provide money to the security. All our elections in the past, I've been in this game for about 40 years.
20 years.
And I tell you, each time, it's not necessarily when I'm contesting election, but when
Tinubu is contesting,
Atiku, I would like that candidate to win election. And what we used to do before, we make provision for INEC, we make provision for security, we make provision for even agents of other parties. Even, you know, so that they will.
Even they are making provision for for another agent that is not their party. That is why they wanted to lynch me to death in 2019. Was it 2019? Election. I think 2015. I don't remember now. 15, 16, 17, 18. 2018. They were lynching me just a little bit inch in Abeokuta. Because they were already doing mago, and I'm thinking, and I was just going live. And they were wondering why I'm recording. They are always skeptical about the mobile phone. I believe it gone, but it's very good here. I have a full pack in the house that my mom gave me, very fresh. And I try to take it at least every other day. Muki, our beauty, shout out to everyone. We're going to end the program in a minute. By my boss, Senator Mantuto. The moment they see you with a phone, why are you recording?
Will not, you know, raise any objection to whatever we are able to get. So whether I risk myself or not, by providing those resources, financial inducements to the officials, I am rigging the election.
Do you think that we can diminish or remove that influence as 2019 approaches?
I believe so, because you see, if people are going to get like me,
it was 2019 election that I went to cover. My first coverage of an election as a media personnel. Presidential, I did it in Alimosho local government. Then I traveled further down to Abeokuta to cover the governorship. Complete mess.
To do it. It will.
And before you start saying anything, now my own money I take travel comp, my house rent, buy tickets. My brother and Mushala omo issue ni gbogbo wa. Awa de la issue. Prince Adedamolani, those king collect money now. Tinubu is good at that. Tinubu is good at that. That is why that bomb bastard thinks that, you know, Oloyegbo is as corrupt as many of them, including him. Idiot.
The players, unless we give before somebody will take.
Give.
Right?
Yeah,
so
give.
don't give. And then we will not get a take.
Tinubu continue to give. Tinubu na giver. Oman give me.
The most, why, you don't even ask me why am I thinking this way.
Onímọ̀ pé ó tẹ̀ bí mi pé kí ló dé tí mo ṣe ń sọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Ẹni tẹ́ wà níbí báyìí. It's almost at 4 hours. It's not easy, so I gotta end this program now.
Look, I am tired of being seen as a criminal in the streets of the world because we are in Nigeria. You know, you assume that everybody is an innocent human being until it's proven otherwise. But once you are outside this country with a green passport, and they say that you are a Nigerian, even if you are a pastor or you are an imam, they will assume that you are criminally minded or you have criminal tendencies just because of where you come from. That must change. I am tired of living in poverty in the midst of plenty. I cannot, even no matter how much you have, every day you see people coming to you, relations, friends, and that.
Every day.
My wife has given birth.
Is that not the same problem that we are facing? Every blessed day of the week. Somebody must reach out to you through the DM, WhatsApp, Instagram, phone call, you know, and sometimes you just want to do it voluntarily without looking.
My mother is a hospital, this and that, every day. But if everybody had enough to take care of himself or her,
if everybody has enough to take care of itself, you will not need that. So Mokibugwa Uni Innovate, thank you so much. You know, thank you all for joining me, and I hope we've learned a lot from the 1 hour of the presentation from our guest. We look forward to our guest next week, God's willing. And leave us tonight. But rest assured that we'll be out again if we can, and if we cannot, there's nothing for us to be worried about. The Yoruba people will be free, and you will be free. I will be free. Thank you so much. Mokiba Bami Oluwaloki, Olayere. Am I being from volume here? I will work out, you know, before next week to make sure that either we get a new speaker or it pairs with the phone, or we tell Baba Ogunlebido to call me through the studio line, which is already paired with the speaker. My name is OLAYOMI KOIKI. I'm just one out of many Yorubas that prefer that we exit Nigeria before Nigeria will sink every one of us. Yoruba nation, no going back. Don't let anybody fool you that they just did play on social media. This is the new generation, and social media is the tools that will be used to enlighten and wake up the spirit of the Nigerians to know that they are not Nigerians. We are true Yorubas, Biafra, Arewa, and the rest as well. Nigeria will divide to as many countries as it wishes to, but the Yoruba will be free. And like I always say, we are not the most special people outside Nigeria. We're all together, regardless of who you are in any part of Nigeria. It is the globalists and your puppet politicians that have kept everybody below par. Good night and God bless. To all my Biafrans, we love you, and like I always say, respect me, I will respect you. Disrespect us, we will do the same thing, vice versa. And if you're just one of those that are saying it's not going to happen, the North are already showing us how it's going to happen. Tomorrow is another day. We look forward to the Woto Woto. Occupy Abuja. Move in to the Senate and let's shut it down. Iṣẹ́ wa fúnlẹ̀ wa forílẹ̀ ìbí wa kágbéga 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 ká lè rí. Ìgbàgbọ́ wa ni pé bá ti bẹ̀rù la bọ́ mọ́. Ká ṣiṣẹ́ ká ṣiṣẹ́ ká ṣiṣẹ́ ká jọlá. Ìṣọ̀kan òmìnira ní kẹjẹ́ ká máa lépa. Ìtẹ̀síwájú fọ̀pọ̀ ire àtòhun tó dára. Ọmọ Oòduà dédé bọ́ sípò ẹ̀tọ́ rẹ. Ìwọ ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo adúláwọ̀. Mo kí brother mi Ògúnmọ́lá Abíọ́dún. To all our silent listeners, I know you're there. I know you're there. You've changed some of your email, YouTube channel number, especially those of us that we started together. As far as I'm concerned, if you trust and believe in yourself, you will comment, and I will appreciate you that at least you have the bold to come back. But if you're still one of those following all this nonsense, Jagbajantis people, you are always wasting your time. So Ògúnmọ́lá Abíọ́dún. A lot of people send me 2,000 naira, and sometimes when I see that 2,000, I feel so happy. You know why? Because I can buy data for somebody back home. People buy 100 naira data. So when I send 2,000, they're like, and I'll be wondering, that is what the politicians have done to make sure that you don't have access to data. Kò ní dá fún gbogbo politicians yẹn látòkè délẹ̀, ogun máa wọlé pààyàn. Ó dàrọ̀. dàárọ̀ Gúnmọ́lá Abíọ́dún. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà lórí Facebook, Mr. Ibrahim Ola and the rest of you. Good night. Mo kí Ọpẹ́, mo kí ìyàwó àtọmọ.